The truth about the crazy news and drama. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to a stream. Welcome to another day where once more we nerd venge. I don't know what this music is, but now I'm feeling real motivational. Did you know that you could do it? Whatever it is, you could do it. You could find the will within yourself and the opportunities out there in the world, and you could do it. And for 4 easy payments of $99.99, I can show you how to do it. 100%. Yeah, I don't know that song. I don't know. That was wild. What's up, everybody? Transformers treating the fans better than Star Eats. Interesting. Okay, right on. Mojat, thanks for the banana. Oh boy, here we go. Oh boy. Rossi, thank you for the rose. How you guys doing? Zach, thanks for a gifted membership, brother. Appreciate you. Did you know that you can do it? Whatever it is, you can do it. I believe in you. We might have to seriously stop this song. I don't know. This might be a little too much for even me. What about this one? Ooh. Ooh. I kind of like that. Did I go to the gym yesterday? I did go to the gym yesterday. I had a really good workout. It was cool. It was nice and chill. What about you, Rossi? Did you go to the gym? Or did you just eat Sonic and become fat as hell? Saj, what's up, brother? Says Transformers 1 is peak. Dropped a video this morning and it's already over 15K. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, wow, wow, wee wah. Good for you, brother. Go see the movie. It's worth it. Okay. Should I see it? Should I maybe go see the movie instead of doing the subathon? Let's talk about the subathon in a little bit here. Noah, thanks for the sticker, bro. Larold says, oh boy, here we go. Ran over my foot with one of those big ass pallet jacks yesterday. Don't think anything's broken, but it still hurts. Damn, dude. Well, I'm sorry that you ran over your foot. How did you ran over your foot yourself? Do you have big feet? Do you have like abnormally large clown size phalanges? That's a shame. I'm glad you're not seriously hurt, though. Shame about your big old feet, though. Did I see the Penguin numbers? I saw some numbers. I saw some numbers out there. What are you trying to imply? What are you trying to say? Laxat. Let's get into the drama. Oh, man, there's drama for reals. There's dramas for reals. And news. And oh my god, I can't believe it. Tommy Lee says, hey Josh, what did you think? What did you think about Andor and the Penguin? Much love. What? What a combination, man. You know, I'll tell you guys a little random as fuck story. And by the way, today's stream might be pretty random. Just buckle in. Buckle in for an ADD random as hell stream, okay? So back in the day, my dad was learning Tai Chi, and he got all of these videos from this like Tai Chi dude from Australia. I think the guy's name was like Earl Montague. I'm not even lying. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the guy's name. So anyway, the problem was the guy was so like peaceful and zenned out and like You know, very, very much a Tai Chi kind of a guy. So much so that every time we would put those videos on, we would fall asleep. I ended up actually putting them on as a way to fall asleep. And when you bring up Andor and the Penguin, just makes me think of that story. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, can we talk a little bit about this subathon, guys? By the way, check this out. Look at this cool thing. Oh, it doesn't. I need it to spin more. Maybe we'll do like multiple spins. That seems bad. Oh no! Okay, we'll have to tweak that. Wasn't Ed Montague the first Earl of Sandwich? Brother, what are you talking about, man? King Warden says, Josh, I'm new to Twitch member and would like some advice on streaming. Well, first of all, thank you. Hang on. Hang on a second here. Hang on a second here. Hang on a second here. You're working right now? All right, let me try to find... I got to pull up Twitch chat. King Warden! Advice on streaming. Advice on streaming. Here's what I'll say about streaming. I think streaming is actually like a really, really hard thing to grow. A lot of the, like Twitch, like the biggest two streaming platforms are Twitch and YouTube, right? And you got like Kick, Rumble, Twitter does streaming, but like who knows if that's even a thing. I have no idea if the Twitter numbers are real or what's going on over there, right? But you know, I'm trying it out. Just another way to kind of get viewers in there. But I would honestly tell you, it's really hard to grow a stream. And if you were a just starting out kind of content creator, I wouldn't focus on growing my stream. I'd focus on growing other platforms. So I'd focus on growing your presence on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, something like that. Even just a regular YouTube channel. I think that is a much better way to grow. And then you can sort of funnel your audience to your streams from those platforms. Streaming's kind of like a weird thing. You know, the value proposition of a stream is kind of interesting. It really is. I mean, depending on the stream, right? Depending on the topic, it's mostly just a vibe and a hangout. You know what I mean? People want to come in and like hang out with the community. It's this, you can't really replicate this experience where like you could say something in chat and then I could, you know, talk about it. You know, this kind of interaction, this kind of like real-time live interaction where you kind of affect the content. It doesn't exist in any other form. And so it's really interesting. It's a really interesting medium and a platform. But dude, it is hard to grow a stream. Even when we were, you know, growing as a streamer, it took a long time to get to the point where, you know, we had a pretty nice streaming audience and a lot of people liked our streams. So that's what I would say, honestly. It kind of sucks to hear, but also, man, I would just say, like, look, content is such a wild game, you know? And, like, being a content creator is such a wild game. And I think technically, like, dude, unfortunately, man, it's hard. It's hard. I would look for some positive feedback about your content as a North Star to keep going. You know what I mean? Because, like, dude, it's really, really hard. And success in content is a pretty difficult thing to do. And it's only going to get more difficult as people get better, as more people enter. It's tough, man. What's the value proposition of OnlyFans? I think it's pretty obvious what that is. Yeah. Damn, Josh, crushing dreams, den of crushes. No, I don't want to crush your dream. And to be honest with you, like, I will tell you this. Here, I believe this more than anything. Yeah, no, actually, Dan, I do want to react to that video. It's on my list. Deadpool and Wolverine variant video, react. It's on my list. Here's what I'll tell you. This is true of just life, in my opinion, and it's not just with streaming, it's with anything. If you have an all-consuming passion for something, an interest, tunnel vision, if you get absolutely obsessed with something, then you need to pour everything you have into that, because I think that feeling is kind of rare, and it's actually super important to success. So like if you have that, man, you actually have the hard part figured out, you know? But there's a lot of externalities, there's a lot of things that are just, you know, like, and it's also one of those things where like I can't pour into your heart, man. I can't like pour into your soul. I can't like look in there and be like, oh, this is a person that's actually obsessed with entertainment, loves the digital age, has, you know, charm and charisma, and is drawn to, you know, be in front of a mic and a camera. I can't see that, you know? Even if you tell me, I don't know if I'd believe you. You would have to know that about yourself, you know? But passion, I think, is key. Passion is key. Full frontal nudity is the best way to grow a stream. Is that true? Is that true? Joshua says we need more banjos and fiddles in Marvel and Star Wars. Hey, you know what that makes me think of? And also, no, we don't. Sorry, Josh, but no, we don't. Yo, let me ask you guys, what's a fiddle stick? Y'all ever heard of this? Like somebody says, oh, fiddlesticks. What the hell's a fiddle stick? I know what a fiddle is. I know what a stick is. What's a fiddle stick? It's the stick that you fiddle. A stick you fiddle with. You guys are, I mean, I don't know. You don't Google it? No, Aaliyah. I'm not gonna, I can't, you think just because I have 2 monitors here, a smartphone device, and access to like unlimited information, and that I would, no. I'll give Josh a hint. Socks. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God, why? Ah! Okay, I wouldn't call your phone smart, Josh. Good one. Good one. What's the deal with fiddlesticks? Exactly. Josh is naked from the waist down. You know what? That may or may not be true, but I'll tell you what is 100% true. Guaranteed. Confirmed. All of us are naked under our clothes. Damn. I'd let Sydney Sweeney fiddle with my stick. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Can we talk about the subathon? Look, guys. Guys, here's the thing. We don't have to do the subathon. Okay, I've been thinking about it, you know what I mean? And I was like, look, like, I mean, it could be fine, you know, it could be fine, but we don't have to do it. So if you guys don't want to do it, we don't have to do it. You know what I mean? We could just do a regular stream on Friday and just, you know, talk news and then get out of here. I could play Warhammer that night. I could not get shot by, Hey, Adam, you don't say that. Gambling during the subathon? I'll put gambling on for a while. I don't know if I'll have it on for the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we should put it to a poll. What do you guys think? Should we put it to a poll? I just want to see what you guys are thinking. Let me kind of take you through the plans again, okay? So we'll do a normal stream. When the stream pops on, the hour will be set at 3 hours, the timer. We're going to have a timer set at 3 hours, okay? And then every member and every poll adds a minute to the timer. And of course, you know, you can become a sub on Twitch for free if you have Amazon Prime. Subs are like 25% off, I'm pretty sure. And then I think during the 26th to October 1st, if you give 5 gifted subs, there's an extra one as well. I'm not 100% sure. Okay. So, we will start the stream at a 3-hour timer, and then we'll see where it goes. Now, after 3 hours, I'm going to begin the trivia, which, by the way, have any of you guys thought about trivia or have done any trivia? And I will be answering trivia, and every question that I get wrong, which will be very few questions because I am such an expert on all nerdy things. Every question I get wrong, I will get shot with an airsoft gun. And I actually made that promise before I looked into airsoft guns a lot. And I mean, I might have to wear a couple layers. You know what I mean? Like, maybe a couple t-shirts, couple flannels, couple coats, couple jackets. I mean, they're crazy, dude. I didn't realize these things are pretty wild. You could just not do the airsoft gun. Well, it's too late. I already purchased airsoft gun. We've got one in the house already, and we've got 2 more on the way. A machine gun and a pistol. Gonna need more than a t-shirt? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Gonna need more than a t-shirt. R.I.P. Josh's balls. I better not get shot in the balls. I'm gonna cover up. The plan right now is to have Elisa standing like over here, off camera, at an angle, and maybe, depending on it. And by the way, she said she's a bad shot, and so if she misses, that's on you guys. That's not me. Okay, we're not doing like, oh, shoot again because you missed him. Nope. If it comes out of the end of the gun, it counts. But I might be like standing back there and like I'm gonna cover up my crotch and stuff. Eye protection. I'm just wearing my glasses. That'll be fine. The glasses will be fine. Yeah. What do you mean backpedaling? What are you talking about? I'm not backpedaling. Most airsoft guns range from 350 to 475 FPS. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. That's this weekend. Yeah, we're going to start on Friday. So we'll start the stream regular time at 11. Okay, and then we're going to start adding to it. Okay? Now, I'm capping the trivia at 3 hours. And if I do 3 hours straight of trivia and getting shot to shit, I'm going to need a little bit of time. I'm going to need to have a dinner, which, you know, I'll eat on stream or whatever, but I'm going to need some Tylenol, some aloe vera or something, you know? It's going to be crazy. I'm going to look like Deadpool. Like, I'm going to actually look like Deadpool from all of the dents from the BBs. Aloe vera is for sunburn? No, it's for soothing. For bullet burn. Where do we submit the questions for trivia? So if you make the trivia on tierlistmaker.com, I believe that's the website. Let me double check this. Yeah, if you go to tiermaker.com, there is a way to make trivia, which is actually a different website. Triviacreator.com. Like I said, triviacreator.com. And there's already trivia on here. Like here, I'll look this up. MCU. Let's see. Guess the MCU character. 200 plus character quiz? MCU Infinity Saga movies. Ultimate quiz. 46 questions. Okay, so there's already a bunch of MCU on here. There's a bunch of MCU, Star Wars. Yeah. And we might make it a thing where, like, if you give us a certain amount of subscriptions, you could make me do your version of trivia. But it has to be, like, legit, you know? So submit them to Elisa. Send them to... And honestly, I could even have... I don't know. Okay, anyway, listen, Linda. So we'll do that for 3 hours. Okay? If we get to 500 subs, I'm going to pause the timer and spin the wheel. What the hell is Sporkle? Sporkle.com? I don't trust it. Seems shady. But yes, that is an option. Are you Joshy Stank? Yes, I am. And at 500 subs, we're going to spin this wheel and basically we'll pause the timer. You never heard of Sporkle? No, you're a Sporkle. I don't know about that. And there's basically we'll put on 7 different Marvel arcade games. And things like doubling the timer is one of them, which would suck. One of them is not stopping or not unpausing stream until I become infinite in Marvel Snap, which, by the way, we should probably get into the news and everything like that. And then we should play Marvel Snap on stream because, like, dude, I don't even know what level I am right now. It's going to be hard to get infinite, but I might as well get closer. And then I got nothing else planned. We'll play games, we'll hang out, we'll watch movies. The first 12 hours of the stream will be up on YouTube and Twitch. After 12 hours, YouTube caps it, and then it'll just be Twitch so that we can, like, watch movies and shows at that point. So that'll be chill. Ryan Carter says for 10, please look up the story of YouTuber who died having his girlfriend shoot him for content. Might be informative. Well, thanks for the 10 spot. But that was a real gun. We're not doing that. It's an airsoft gun. You know, at most we will be maimed. But other than that, I don't think a lot of crazy stuff will happen here. Space Trick Cereal says, sorry to out you as a closet fan, but got your Andor merch is coming. I know you love it behind doors. Also, RW the 94. Oh, Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom, first Doctor Doom. Sheesh. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Mojat says, you just snitched yourself. Now we know there's a machine gun. That's true. That is true. There is a machine gun. I figured a little bit of rapid fire would be okay. A little bit of rapid fire would be okay. Adam, I don't want to do that. And I'm not going to do that. And if the worst case scenario happens, it's still content. God, isn't this life crazy? Because, like, I'm not even kidding. Isn't it crazy? We could just play poker. Sign up for that home game. We could just play poker. Hey, do you guys want to watch me just demolish Trev in poker? Would that be cool? Just don't want you to get a strike. Well, how many strikes do you get? It's usually like 3, right? Norin says, I already made a legit 5-question trivia quiz on Cosmic Marvel characters for you. It's a good one. Just need to know where to send it. It's only 5 questions? Okay. Send it to Elisa on Discord, man. Or one of the mods, and then they can get it to Elisa. You and James Gunn should play poker? I'd love to play poker with James Gunn. You know, I'm going to be so fair today when I discuss James Gunn. Oh, my God. Should we do it? Should we just get right into the James Gunn thing? Seen the Patterson cut of Ahsoka? Cut the Fat? Nerd Revenge for Life? 3 Amigos? No, I hadn't. Unfortunately, we watched all of Ahsoka right before he did that. And it kind of... Like, I didn't... I will eventually watch the Patterson stuff. But Yeah, I mean, like, I'm a little... Like, I just watched that show. Let's see here. Let me just catch up, see if I missed any chits. Fiddles. Fiddlestick. Morning, Josh. It's been a rough few years for me. Lost family members, job, and homeless. Your streams are positive and a motivating distraction. Thanks. Well, I'm glad that that's the case. I'm sorry that life's throwing a lot at you. Maybe it's the darkest, like the night is darkest right before the dawn situation. Just hold on. Riley says, geez, Josh is already trying to cancel our first 5-hour stream. That's true. That's facts. Rossi says, your gift is delivering to the P.O. box on Friday. Socks. Oh, cool. Sick. Awesome. Excited. Can't wait. Lord Jon Snow says, love this community. Thank you, Josh, for the hours of entertainment and positive vibes. Who is your favorite chaos god in Warhammer? Oh, man, that's heresy for sure. Probably Slanesh, though. Actually, wait. Is Slanesh the pleasure god? I believe so, yeah? Let's just go with that. Although Khorne is cool. You know, I like raging. I like being a berserker. I did stop by the PM box. Why does it go to PM instead of a PO box? Khorne! Yes, the lust god. Yeah. Will there be Concord 2? 1, 2. Yes. Absolutely, Oprah. Okay, where do you guys want to start? You start with the smaller news, and then we'll get into the bigger news, and then we'll watch a couple videos, and then we'll get on out of here. What do you say? Hey, what do you say? What do you say? Is it time? Let's go, Gunn. Okay, yeah, let's get the James Gunn thing pulled up first. Let's get the James Gunn thing pulled up first. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Actually, we should read this article, even though it's on Bleeding Cool. We should read this article. Maybe there's some deets in here, huh? So, check this shit out, fam. Rumor. James Gunn could be writing his own DC Superman comic book next year with Jim Lee doing the art. Okay, let's get a first reaction from chat. And then we'll read the article, and then I'll give my take. Hey, Luca, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Appreciate you. Superman, what's up? Frostrodamus says, 45 months, homie. Hey, have you seen the new Snyder series, Twilight of the Gods, on Netflix? It's really good. I've been hearing good things about it. I have not had a chance to sit down and watch it. Dude, I've been going all in on Space Marine 2. I've been playing so much Space Marine 2 as far as, like, the PvP. Oh, I love it. And it's, like, one of my favorite kind of games where, like, you'll have a game where, like, you're in the zone and you're, like, loving it. And then you got a game where, like, you're getting your shit pushed in and you're just like, fuck, man, like, this sucks. But it makes you long for having that good game again. And you're like, no, I got to keep going. The next game, I'm going to get them, you know? And it's been fun. Like, having, been playing with some friends of mine. It's been really cool. But I do want to check that out. And I do appreciate the support, brother. So thank you. You know I'm a big Zack Snyder guy, as everybody should be. Okay, anyways, let's talk about the Zack Snyder wannabe now. So, chat, reaction. James Gunn doing a Superman comic book. What do you think, chat? What do you think? Who cares? Wait, what? This is actually probably the take here. So Carl says, could be a cool comic if it's a prequel to the movie, not required reading, but more if you want to dive in, similar to the Superman 2 prequel comic. I like that, actually. And let me just say, before we get into the article, obviously, because, like, look, I tweeted about this, and I said, thanks, I hate it. And everybody's like, you just hate James Gunn. You know, you're still mad about James Gunn. And, you know, like, you know, fair. But I will say this. I didn't like tweet this out because like who gives a shit on Twitter, you know what I mean? But for you guys, I will say there is a scenario of this that I would actually be cool with. If it's just for the movie, if it's just like a one-shot thing, I think that could actually work and like, fine, cool. But I would also tell you that like no other president of a film studio would take it upon themselves to like write this comic. Even Feige, there have been comics that were attached to MCU things. It's not like Kevin Feige's like, I'm going to go write these comics. You know what I mean? Now, is there a little bit of a difference there because Gunn is a creative person? Absolutely. But he's the president of the studio. And I'm going to get it. Like, let's read the article before we make a harsh judgment here. But, like, again, you know, look, I don't like some of the moves this guy has made. One of them is, like, making himself the writer-director of Superman. Superman's kind of looking cool. He's kind of surprising me a little bit. Some of the stuff is, like, seeming legit. But I don't think James Gunn is the Superman guy. Bro, I'm going to tell you guys, oh, man. I was playing Space Marine 2 last night with my buddies, man. And my one buddy, he went on this whole James Gunn tirade. And just, like, fuck DC. And, like, went on this whole thing. And I was like, damn, like, whoa. Even I'm like, whoa, you know. But the basic idea of it is like Gunn isn't that guy. You know what I mean? Like, I look at Gunn's body of work and, you know, I like the Guardians movies. It's kind of like a roller coaster ride for me, but I like the Guardians movies, but I'm not a fan of like his work outside of that, really. And I don't think his sensibilities are great for Superman. You know, like I feel like other directors would have had a better sensibility for Superman. Now he might end up proving me wrong on that because Superman is kind of looking cool, the movie, right? But one of the things I didn't like about Gunn was how he came in and gave himself writer-director of the very first movie. Like, that's wild to me. Like, imagine becoming the president, giving yourself 2 multi-million-dollar jobs, then giving all your friends and family a bunch of jobs. And I know, like, that's kind of what just happens in Hollywood, but it's so overt here that's a little bit of a turnoff, right? For me personally. But let's see what this article has to say. God, Bleeding Cool. What a, like, cancerous website. Luckily, I don't have to deal with the ads, but, I mean, this looks like a website from, like, the 1990s. What? This is, like, a shit website, bro. Is James Gunn to write an actual DC comic book to be published next year? That's the word coming from Baltimore Comic Con. Gossip coming out of Baltimore Comic Con, aside from everyone asking who started the fire, was that James Gunn, who probably also started the fire, co-chairman and co-CEO of DC Studios, would be writing an actual DC comic book for publication next year. Well, he is keen comic book reader as well as director of Super, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the Suicide Squad. His reflection of all manner of comic book detail was notable, and since taking the DC films, he has gone out of his way to highlight comic book origins of his film productions and decisions at the company studio. That's actually true, and I will give him a lot of credit for that. That's one of the things that I really like about what he's done so far. And we're going to talk about a Marvel story later with X-Men 97, and it's kind of like the opposite's going on with, you know, what Bo DeMeo is claiming happened with the first season of X-Men 97 and what's going to happen in season 2. But credit to Gunn for that. That's cool. Also, blah, 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 has been writing his own comic for DC Comics, Todd McFarlane, and others. Oh, I didn't really know that. So David Desmelchev, the guy that played Polka Dot Man, apparently he's actually writing comics. I didn't know about that. Now, I have no idea what comic book that might be, but I have to purely speculate. A Superman comic written by James Gunn and drawn by DC president, publisher, CCO Jim Lee might fit the bill. Might it not? Oh, man. That's all just guesswork, of course, and it all comes from gossip there. Admittedly, a senior comic book industry executive told me, who should be in a position to know things one way or another, it will all come out in the wash, I'm sure. James Gunn, okay, whatever. Yeah, so, wow, they don't really have any info, right? It's just the rumorverse. Okay. All right, so I'll go into a little bit more of my feelings on this. Again, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. It honestly could be cool. Like, if it's just for the movie and it's establishing some of the lore of the DCU, I think that's really cool. And that'll be potentially a nice item. I mean, bringing Jim Lee on too. Like, look, I love Jim Lee's work, so perhaps Jim Lee drawing these characters and whatnot would be awesome. So if it's just that, if it's just a promotional thing, like, I'm all about it. If it is anything more than that, I hate it. Like, frankly, like, I hate it. And I hate it because why are we doing this, brother? And at what point are you going to shut the fuck up and run the studio? That's like my question. Because you're supposed to be running a whole studio, and you're writing and directing a movie. You're doing Peacemaker direction. You're doing this. And now you're going to write a comic book. And it's like, please, for the love of God, it cannot be an ongoing comic book. Like, that's insane. And, you know, James Gunn, good writer. I'm sure he could actually write a decent comic book. But, like, DC needs comic book writers. They need to, like, develop younger comic book talent and attract those people. If you look at what they're doing with All In and the Absolute stuff, I mean, they're bringing the best of the best over there. That is a embarrassment of riches of comic book writers and artists. And that's dope. And that's cool. And I'm excited for that. There's just no way that a James Gunn written thing can, A, compare to that, and B, it's just not a good branding decision. So I just don't like it. I think it's stupid. So while I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt, I'm also looking at a person that, like, has this sort of pattern of behavior, you know, suing their co-writer to try to remove credit for the first Guardians movie, hiring themselves and their friends and family to give multi-million-dollar gigs to, and now we're writing a comic book. You know what I mean? So I want to try to give the benefit of the doubt, but also when somebody shows you who they are, you should believe them. So we'll see how it shakes out. I'm not that hyped. You know what I mean? I think that's the bottom line. I'm not that hyped. So I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, chap? I'm 100% right. Josh, you really cooked with that take. Thank you. Josh, man, so on point. Oh, dude, thank you. Damn, Josh, you're right. Here's the Zack Snyder wannabe. What the fuck? Bro, have you ever seen an Adam Sandler film? I've seen a few. Yeah, they're pretty good. Next thing you know, he'll get his wife to be playing. Yeah, is his wife the inker on the book? I don't see the same criticism when Scorsese always hires Leo. Not drawing a one-to-one, but I see both sides. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. Directors and people just in general gather people that they like to work with. I think that is totally fair. But I also think if Scorsese was hired as the president of a studio, and then he hired himself to write and direct the first movie in it, that would still be a little bit sus. You know what I mean? It would be like, okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, like, I think on the one hand, it's probably acceptable. At the end of the day, if the movie's really good, that you know, that quells a lot of the criticism and smooths a lot of the edges and just makes it a better setup, you know? I also think this comic book, I'm going to try to get several copies of this comic book, okay? But maybe not for the reason you think, all right? I think it is still possible that James Gunn's universe completely fails. Completely fails. Like, Superman is gets demolished by critics. Fans hate it. It bombs. And then they fire James Gunn and start over. And if that happens, that comic book will be worth a lot. So I do want to get my hands on some of those comics. Because I seriously think there's a very real chance that this whole thing falls in on itself and doesn't succeed in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, I don't know. I again, you know, I kind of feel like, you know, being very reasonable, very balanced, very nuanced, very fair to everybody involved. So, you know, like I do over here, Preying on its downfall? What? No! I'm not preying on anybody's downfall, man. I think DC and these characters deserve greatness and deserve a great platform. And, 100%, there's some stuff that Gunn is doing that's good. You know what I mean? There is some stuff that he's doing that's good. But, like, at the end of the day, very real possibility this whole thing falls apart. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be great. It might be great. It could be great. Have you seen Who's Running Lanterns? That show is going to slap hard. You talking about like Lindelof being involved? Is that what you're saying? Like, where's all the other projects? What's up with Brave and the Bold? Well, that's the thing is like, I mean, we'll see what's going on, but I wonder how much they're actually going to put into production until they see how the Superman movie goes. And look, to be honest with you, it might seem like I'm just saying like Gunn's going to fail, but I don't even know that he was really set up for success. A lot of what has happened prior to Gunn coming into DC, it's still going to linger over the brand. And it's not like we instantly forget all the fatigue and the bullcrap that's happened. And I don't think Gunn did a great job of unifying the base. You know what I mean? So I think there's actually all sorts of reasons this could fail. I also think that there's a possibility of a sale or merger that could happen behind the scenes that would also just kind of push things in a different direction. You know? So there's a lot of stuff that like it has nothing to do with Gunn. And I think he could make an amazing Superman movie. And I hope it succeeds. You know, unless it sucks, and then I hope it fails. Yeah. So, before we wrap it up, I would just like to know, chat, if you absolutely agree with me. And it seems like most of you do. You know, it seems like most of you get it. You're like, yeah, James Gunn, super sus. I can't believe he gets up every day and actually spikes his hair like that. Does he dye it before he spikes it? That's really weird. So I think we're all on the same page here. I think we get it. And I think we're all rooting for James while also just understanding and like keeping the reality of the situation in mind. You know, he has created a lot of shit. You know, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Where are the James Gunn emojis? Yeah. If DC, they haven't given us a reason to care in decades. Yeah, and that's kind of my friend's take last night was something like that, where he's like, dude, I just don't give a fuck about DC. Then he extended it to James Gunn not being able to save it. He was like, no, what? This fucking guy? No way. And I'm not there. I'm like, no, I think he could potentially, like, hey, if Superman's a fucking blast and it has comic book feeling and like the DC universe is on display properly, dude, that's almost all you need. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that have checked out when it comes to DC. Zach says, Gunn made the biggest mistake by choosing to keep his characters and giving a bullshit explanation of the reboot that still makes no sense. I mean, I agree. I think the real mistake was just not waiting. Like, you should have waited to announce the reboot until after those movies came out. Like, I would have just kind of chilled and been like, yeah, we're cooking up something really exciting. Can't wait to talk about it. But for now, very excited about this group of movies. But even that, he was incapable of doing it. Like, and I think that was a mistake. You know what I mean? Just would have let everything play out and then announced it. And you could have also just went into production and then not try to squash down every rumor that came out and just like made the movie. Let the rumor mill do its thing. Questions arise. That's all like earned media. It's like, it could have been a totally different scenario than like every day of the week firing another Snyderverse actor, then firing The Rock, having this secret meeting, then all those people go to social media and blow it all up, then you try to like play nice after firing everybody. Like, I just really thought that was all so fucking stupid. But we'll see. You know, we'll see where we go. J Mike Gaming says F. Mary Keel, James Gunn, Catherine K. Harris. Who's Harris? Who's this Harris person? I mean, what? I don't know what you're talking about. Kamala? Oh, she bad, bro. Oh, she bad. Oh, damn. She bad, though. Yeah. I unironically ship Trump and Kamala. I think they look great together. And I also think Joe Biden and Trump should become golfing buddies. I feel like the world would be better if we made a reality show, which, by the way, Trump would be all in on this shit. I mean, he's all about theatricality. So if we did a... we could call it the Wacky White House. Yeah, man. Let's call it the Wacky White House. Okay? Trump and Kamala get into a dead-ass tie. There's some shit that happens where they have to be president and vice president together. You know, they slowly start falling for each other. And then all of America, like, falls for them together, too. And then, like, Biden and Trump end up going golfing a lot. And then, like, because Biden knows about Kamala and Trump's, like, trying to figure out how to get to her heart, he's, like, talking to Biden while they're golfing and stuff. I mean, dude, it's beautiful stuff. Yeah, man. That shit would slap. Joshua says, it could be that James truly believes he's the only man for the job, given DC's track record, even if he's wrong. Well, here's what I'll say about this, okay? I'll be fair. I'll be fair to Gunn. Again, I'm always fair to Gunn. Huge balls. Big, huge, potentially... maybe we're put in the microwave after that South Park episode. Huge balls. The biggest balls I've ever seen. Like, to be honest with you, like, it's a foolish move, I think, but the fucking balls on this guy. You gotta admire those balls. Those are some great balls, James. Great balls. So, if he nails it, shit, I'm gonna look real stupid. I mean, we're all gonna look silly if he nails it. You know what I mean? Yeah, no diddy. Not all of us, bro. All of us, Captain Badass. What kind of name is that anyway? Okay, can we talk about other things? I'll scratch that off the list. That was a good discussion. You know what I mean? I thought we were super fair to Gunn. You know what I mean? We had a little fun with it. Talked about his balls. Fantastic stuff. Okay, let's move on. I got another one for your ass. Hey, I got another one for that ass. What the hell? Chat was on the screen the whole time? I thought I switched screens. You guys, what? Oh, what the hell? All right, let's talk about this one. This one's really wild, man. This one's crazy. This one's so crazy. Braden, I appreciate it, brother. Unfortunately, I don't have any updates for you. Maybe in the next couple of weeks, I would have more of an update. But yeah. Unfortunately, it might be a little bit before non-Kickstarter people get a chance to pre-order or whatever. I am working on like figuring out a way for you guys to be able to read like the first two chapters. I'm I'm making some changes to chapter 1 to make it like flow a little bit better. And once I get those changes done, and then chapter 1 and 2 are like together, I'm thinking about getting that to people somehow. But we're still a little bit of ways out for that. So, all right, let's talk about this, guys. No more Mando. Interesting. What do you think, chat? No more Mandalorian. Easterly Sky. Welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. The Mandalorian and Grogu will reportedly be the last chapter of the series / show, with no future movies or seasons planned. Din Djarin is said to appear in future Star Wars projects after the conclusion of his own show. This comes from Daniel RPK. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Okay, so here's the thing. I saw some people skeptic of this news, including Star Wars Meg. She did not believe this. She didn't think it was real. And I think maybe the news is being misconstrued a little bit, okay? Technically, what they're saying is the show will end, okay? But it's not as though the characters are going to all go away, and it's not as though the story won't carry on. And in fact, if you've been a student of the way Dave Filoni likes to tell Star Wars stories, and I think, by the way, we should probably start wrapping our heads around the fact that Dave's going to be more in charge than ever. I mean, we don't know for sure. I haven't heard anything definitive. But I think Dave's going to be more in charge than ever, especially after Kathy goes. Okay, so we're talking about Dave now. We're kind of talking about maybe how Star Wars is going to go from here. If you look at Clone Wars into Rebels, into Ahsoka, it's pretty clear that Dave likes to continue stories with characters, but just do it in a different show, put it in a different movie or something like that. Okay? It is also true and the case that they have been trying to transition from Mando into something else for years, bro. I've been hearing, like, I heard rumors that, like, season 3 could be the end. I heard rumors the 4th season was going to be the end of Mando. You know, there were rumors that they wanted to transition into Katie Sackhoff. There were rumors that, I mean, they were going to do those spin-off shows, you know, like Rangers, obviously Book of Boba Fett, right? So I think they've been trying to transition out of Mando for a while. And I actually think season 2 of Mando, do you guys remember there were all these rumors that it was Kathleen Kennedy that said, put Grogu back in The Mandalorian? Do you remember that? I don't know for sure how true that is, but to me, it would make sense. I mean, John and Dave, they didn't just take Grogu out of that story. They took Grogu out of that story with Luke fucking Skywalker, okay? And it made a lot of sense. It was awesome. And, I thought I just heard somebody scream upstairs. I hope Liam's okay. Yeah, so there were a lot of rumors around that time that there was just a creative difference thing. And maybe what was going to happen there was, like, John and Dave wanted to do a full-on Luke Skywalker show. This is around the time they hired Shamook. All these things were going on with, like, the deepfake stuff. And obviously what they do in the Book of Boba Fett, that's really John and Dave working on Luke Skywalker content. Okay? And it seemed like they wanted to connect Grogu to Luke Skywalker. And that seems great. You know what I mean? Like, that seems like a great match. And then the way that it dissolves and he goes back to Mando is so absurd. You know what I mean? Those Luke Skywalker episodes were cool. But it's so absurd how he takes an Uber, basically, to Tatooine. Get the fuck out of here. And then that's probably why season 3 was so goobly glob. Because they're trying to figure out what to do, playing with all these options, etc. So I think they've wanted to transition out of Mando for some time. Now, could this be connected to the supposed drama between Pedro and John? I would say it might have started out that way, which, by the way, I totally believe that was real. 100% believe that was real. But also things happen. And it's been years. So I bet John and Pedro are actually, like, all right together. And I expect, I mean, Pedro's going to be in the movie. John's doing the movie. All that, right? So, what does this really mean? It means the story of The Mandalorian will wrap up with this movie. I don't think that will mean that Mando dies. I don't think that will mean that Grogu dies. But it might have a definitive ending that places those two characters, maybe together, maybe separate, on different, distinct paths. Does Din Djarin become the actual ruler of Mandalore now? I mean, that seems unlikely after the last season. Does Din Djarin take Grogu back to Luke? You know what I mean? Like, there's just a lot of questions like how that will actually shake out. The report says Din Djarin is supposed to appear in future projects. You know, I would assume that's maybe some seasons of television beyond that, Ahsoka 2. But really, it's probably Dave Filoni's movie, if that is still a thing as well. Okay? But for some people, this is kind of a bummer. And if you think about it, The Mandalorian is their only, like, really good hit in maybe years. You know what I mean? Like, Mandalorian, fresh idea, new characters, takes off, huge. Kenobi, using established characters, lame as hell. People don't like it. Book of Boba Fett, people don't like it. On and on and on. There have been a lot of misses. Mando is one of their only dubs, and it is a good show. You know what I mean? But I personally think wrapping up the story in a movie is cool. That's a good idea. I wonder how that'll work, like, for people on Disney Plus or people that come to the show much later on. Will they binge the 3 seasons or maybe just the 2 and forget about the 3rd, and then watch the movie and then they're good? This feels a little similar to what Demon Slayer is doing. So Demon Slayer is telling the last arc of that manga in movies, not anime seasons. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. This is maybe is this the first time something like this is happening? Where, like, a show is having a big conclusion in a movie? I don't know. It's kind of interesting. But I believe the report. I think they've been trying to transition away from this show for a long time. And I think ultimately you might see, especially if Kathy's on the way out, you might see her reverting to what John and Dave were trying to do at the end of season 2, which would be interesting. So, there you go, chat. Thoughts? Thoughts? She gone? I mean, I think she is, yeah. Isn't Daniel RPK the guy who said Kang wouldn't be recast as the main villain? Yes, that's true. I agree. Wait, with what? That she's gone? Yeah. I think a lot of us think she's gone. At this point, there's just so much evidence. Wasn't Pedro Pascal has anxiety? Yeah, totally. And you talking in all caps doesn't help his anxiety one bit. Star Wars in a coma. Then how is he credible? I mean, do you really want me to explain that? I can explain it to you. So if a person has accurate information and then they have false conclusions based on the information, it does not mean they don't have access to information. Okay? So, like, I've been in this game long enough, and I mean, I do this for a living, to know that there are a group of people out there that have access to a level of information that far exceeds everybody else. So it's like Alex Perez, Daniel, Shine, Toast, if Toast isn't on a gulag. Those people. Still to this day, those are the most accurate people I know. Daniel obviously has a bias, and he has been wrong about things, I think, because of his bias, not because of his sources. Right? So, I personally view a lot of the information that comes from Daniel through a lens, and I kind of like reference other things that I know, and I'll basically say to you guys whether or not I think this report is accurate. This report here is accurate. I think I have no reason to doubt Daniel on this. Also understand that if there was ever something to get wrong, it was that. Meaning the Kang thing. Like, let's not forget or downplay how goddamn ridiculous that entire situation was. If you know how much they put into Kang, like if you really know how many resources they put into making Kang work, you would probably be less likely to say they're going to go away from him. Now, I kind of was like, yeah, but, and I was right. But could have just as easily been wrong because they did invest so much into Kang. You know what I mean? But look, part of a good poker player is you got to know when to fold them, right? And although they had pushed a lot of chips into the center of the table, that was a losing hand. So it's great that they folded. And now they're all in with Doctor Doom. So there you go. Let's see here. Philip Hatch says, the rise fall of the Mando show is truly amazing. It is truly amazing. It is. But really, we're talking about the fall's only in the last season. Now, it did take like years to get to that third season, and man, that shit was ass. But if the movie's really good, then I think you're looking at 2 incredible seasons, 1 lackluster season, and then a dope movie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Did you see that KK spent $230 million on the Acolyte? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. RDJ Mando incoming? Hell yeah, brother. 3 seasons in a movie. True. Which one do you think is in better shape, DC or Star Wars? Bro, that's hard to say. What do you guys think? That's really hard to say. I'd have to probably say DC. Yeah, I'd probably have to say DC. Because look, even though I give Gunn a lot of crap, like Superman is looking better than I thought. And there is a good bit of hype around Superman. Like, I think people are hyped around Superman. You know what I mean? So if Superman's really good, like, we're off to the races. But will we ever get closure on the Mythosaur? I don't know, bro. Maybe the opening scene of the Mando movie is the Mythosaur sucking down cigarettes and drinking box wine, wasted as fuck, talking about their wasted potential. I don't know. Gunn had nothing to do with Penguin, which is ironic. I don't know. I disagree completely. Really? About the DC thing? Well, let me ask you this. What does Star Wars have that people are looking forward to? Still got the Thrawn movie? Okay. All right. Dave's movie. Oh, man. So, Dave's next project is Ahsoka 2, and that won't come out for 2 years. It's not even filming until 2026. So we're excited about Dave's movie. You will literally have completed the multiverse saga with Doomsday and Secret Wars before we get Dave's movie. Ahsoka Season 2? Sure, I'm excited for Ahsoka Season 2. I'm just saying, I think DC is a little bit better positioned right now. You know? Where's Mara Jade, Josh? We need it. Bring Sexy back. That would be cool. Thoughts on Penguin having good viewership? I gotta be honest with you. I don't fucking believe it. I'm waiting for Nielsen. I'm waiting for better data and analytics. I mean, do you guys believe it? You really think that many people watch The Penguin? Come on, man. Come on, man. How far did you get into Penguin? Probably like 20 minutes. Yeah, only 5 mil. I mean, 5 mil's good. Keep coping. I will keep coping. I will keep coping. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, hey, look, if that, I will. How about this? How about this, guys? How about this? Yeah, Serial One, I totally get you. I appreciate that over on Twitch. It's just not the time right now. We're building. We're in the building process. Okay, so just give me a little bit more time, and then we'll figure something out. You can get in on it. How about this, guys? If The Penguin is a big hit for real, then I will support the idea of canceling all of James Gunn's shit and just giving everything to Matt Reeves. How about that? How about that? If Penguin is a big smash hit, then what are we doing? Delaying the next Batman movie from that universe for multiple years. Oh, wait a minute. No, wait. Whoa. Hang on, guys. I'm confused by your reaction. So you love Penguin? Oh, wait. Hang on. You love the Penguin. So you want me to get into the Penguin and then like that Gotham, that Batman, and that oh, okay. Well, then I'll do it. When's the next piece of content? Over 2 years from now when the next Batman movie comes out? Do you see the problem? Does anybody understand? Did nobody gets it? Nobody understands how fucking brilliant my takes are? How on point my takes are? Holy shit. Yeah. Real great cinematic universe thought you have over there. Remember when this fucking freak, this fucking spiky hair, white dye in my beard motherfucker? Do you remember when this guy literally was in a closet at HBO's fucking lot or Warner Brothers lot, ruining the next year of actual DC produced movies that like all these people, oh, we care about fucking cast, crew, the writer strikes, all this important. James Gunn shit on the work of teams for, anyway. This fucking guy comes out and he says, you know, the thing is, DC's been really fractured. That's a big problem. DC's been fractured. So we're going to fix it by killing the most popular thing that we currently have. I'm going to rebuild a whole thing. Soft reboot, bring in all the people I like. Peacemaker 2 is canon to the DCU, but not to the DCEU. Don't think about it too hard. Oh, and we're also going to keep Matt Reeves' Batman. What? We're also going to keep Matt Reeves' Batman. And its spin-offs. And Joker 2. But our shit's fractured and I'm here to fix it. Oh my God. You did that, chat. You did that. Yeah, it's great. So, look, I'm not confused at all. So, like, if you want me to get really into the Penguin, oh, I'm all in, baby. Okay. So, I'm glad we're all on the same page with that. Let me just cross this off of my list. Make chat see my point. Okay, cool. Cool. Should we talk about X-Men 97? Uh-oh. Rutro Raggy. X-Men 97. Oh boy. What a hit. See if we can find this. Interesting stories coming out about X-Men 97. Okay. Let's look at this first. Let's get into X-Men 97. First of all, did you guys enjoy X-Men 97? Did you guys like X-Men 97? Yeah, dude, it was pretty good, huh? Hell yeah. Remember when they fired the showrunner and lead writer for the show like a day before the premiere? Luckily, it didn't get weirder after that. Luckily, that was it. We never really found out why. And, you know, a lot of us were like, bring Bo back because it was really, really excellent. Definitely didn't get weirder than that. So yesterday, 23 hours ago, Nexus Point News published this as an exclusive. X-Men 97 2 to premiere in 2026. Can I ask you something, guys? Does that seem like a long time? Does that seem like a long time or like a short time? So it's a long time. I just want to make sure we're on the same page here because it'll be way longer than that by the time the next Matt Reeves Batman movie comes out. Okay, just so we're on the same fucking page here. Let's get into this article. Following the critical success of the first season of Marvel Animation's hit series X-Men 97, Nexus Point News can exclusively confirm that a second season of the Emmy-nominated series is set to premiere on Disney Plus in 2026. Earlier this year, creator and head writer Bo DeMaio was unexpectedly fired from Marvel Studios after completing work on the show's second season and consequently starting on the third. We are told from sources that the show has been pushed to 2026 due to changes being made to the story and scripts. Matthew Chauncey has been announced to write the scripts for the third season, reworking the drafts Bo DeMaio had written for the show. Larry Houston, Eric Julia Leward, who are the executive producers of the original X-Men animated series, will remain as consulting producers for the series, as reported by the Hollywood Reporter. X-Men fans have quite some time for the second season. Yeah, they know. But if the delay is any indication of quality, fans will be in for a treat. Okay, so this comes out and... Oh, you guys can't even see the article? God damn it! We're supposed to be professional streamers over here! Okay, so that's the article we just read. Just so you know. So then after that, you know, because we had that report, could have just let sleeping dogs lie, but oh no, here comes Bo DeMaio. Here comes Bo. Bo DeMaio says plans for Onslaught Age of Apocalypse have been canned for Season 2 of X-Men 97. Let's see if we can actually find... You know what I love about Bo? The fact that he's always got a shirt on. Wait, did he delete it? He deleted his... He deleted the post? Did I miss it? Hang on now. What the hell? Wow, he deleted it, huh? I hope he didn't delete it because I commented on it and brought a bunch of attention to it because, like, I'm the best. Okay, well, I'll just tell you what I saw on the post before he deleted it. And I also want to kind of just fill you in on what's really going on here. So, a couple of weeks ago, Bo put out a video on OnlyFans. I don't even know. I mean, I just didn't think that was the best move, to be honest. Like, it's all good. You got a story to tell. Totally cool. But, like, paywall's one thing. OnlyFans is another thing. There's the connotations and stuff. It's just silly, bro. It feels like we're in an absurd world. I don't think Bo's a bad guy. I don't know the fucking guy. But, like, come on, man. Doing OnlyFans and shit like that? What the fuck? What are we doing here? You know what I mean? Anyway, so the video was prompted by further action being taken by Disney and Marvel. They were basically removing his executive producer credit on season 2. And they were changing his story. Now, he's going to get writer credit regardless. That's just like a guild thing. Like, he has to get writer credit even if they change his scripts. But there was something that legitimately happened where Marvel was like, bro, like, we're going to take away your executive producer credit. And I don't remember the full details of that, you know, but something happened, feathers were ruffled, and obviously there's something going on there. There were, like, statements made by Marvel, etc., right? So it's not a good look. So yesterday, after this news comes out from Nexus, Bo gets on Twitter and he starts kind of quote tweeting the article, and he's like, yeah, so unfortunately, they're going away from Apocalypse and Onslaught stuff in season 2, his words. And then I even saw this thing where he started talking about how there were executives on set that were trying to challenge him at every turn to go away from comic book stuff. And this producer specifically thought they knew better and they could do better than the comics. Okay? And he did delete that, right? It would appear. So, unfortunately, that sucks. And, I mean, I don't know what to believe exactly, but there has been a feeling, especially in Phase 4, and I guess in a little bit of Phase 5, that it did feel like we were going away from comic book stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it does feel like Marvel was trying to do things in a way where I even had suspicion. My suspicion was they're changing stuff so that they don't have to pay royalties. Like, it felt like we were changing stuff just for the sake of changing it. And I was like, that's really fucking weird. What's going on here? Now, I think Marvel's actually going in a different direction with that now, because now Feige is CCO. And he's quite literally, like, farming ideas and setting things up in comics that will become relevant in the MCU. So there's, like, a better situation there, right? But, I mean, Bo was literally talking about how one of the executives was pitching that Wolverine and Emma Frost should have a relationship together. You know, which is really weird. If you're a comic book fan, you're like, what? So that's weird. Yeah, and I'm hoping that that's not. By the way, if you are somebody out there that knows who this person would be, like, literally find me the executive that wanted to pitch Emma and Wolverine together. I just would love to know. I would just love to know, like, which one of the executives at Marvel is thumbing their nose up to, like, comic book stuff. You know, like, that's a problem. You know what I mean? That's not cool. I think the whole situation with Bo is unfortunate. It's weird. It's not like Disney is this shining example of morality. Obviously, Disney has a checkered past and has done stupid, shady stuff. I mean, most recently with the TOS thing, which, by the way, they did back off of that TOS Disney Plus thing. Which, like, I that's the move. Like, come on, man. But yeah, I mean, Disney's a big company. There's a lot of people there that want to just, you know, defend the insignia or whatever. I think Hollywood is also a place where people just want to make a name for themselves, a career for themselves. So like a lot of these writers or executives, they come in and they're really trying to do something unique that builds their personal brand. And that's more important to them than the source material, the fandom, or the larger brand that they work for. So I think that like multiple things can be true at once. Bo seems like he crossed some lines, and I think that just, I believe that, you know what I mean? And Disney's not without fault, and there could be some fucked up shit going on there. So, you know, a lot of these things kind of become like a mudslinging thing, or like people try to form narrative out of it. For me, what's more important is, like, what's going on with season 2, bro? Because here's the truth. Marvel, you have to nail season 2. Like, and I hope they know this, and I think they do know this. At least some people over there have to know this. But specifically because season 1 was such a hit, and Bo was such a big part of that, and because of all the fallout and all the questions, like, literally, if you make season 2 and it's not as good as season 1, you are setting yourself up for just a bad time, a really bad time. And by the way, I will be a part of that bad time. Like, obviously, I'm really fair and nuanced and do like an incredible job of like presenting all the arguments without bias and without being like fan ragey. But I will lose my fucking mind if season 2 is a huge downgrade, bro. I'm gonna subscribe to Bo's OnlyFans, 100%. I am subscribing to his OnlyFans and canceling Disney Plus. Holy shit, Marvel. You now have to, you better walk that walk, baby. You better walk that walk. Because, my God, there is a lot on the line. Yeah. So, you know, kind of a weird story. A lot of angles. A lot of possibilities. But I guess the TLDR is that it appears that Marvel is going in a different direction than Bo would have. And Bo's kind of, you know, spilling some tea on some of the executives over there and their thought process. And I think all of us are getting a little bit nervous. We're getting a little nervous. You know what I mean? Are we even going to remember Bo in 2 years? I promise you we will. I mean, does anybody think I'm wrong? Does anybody think in 2 years, when X-Men 97 Season 2 comes out, that we're all going to forget about Bo? And we might be like, yeah, wasn't there that one guy that was involved? Oh well, what a fleeting thought. Yeah. Rossi, thanks for the penguins. And Nolan, thanks for gifting a membership. Rossi says, do you know if the Blob will be in X-Men 97 too? I hope so, because he's an awesome character. Don't sleep on the Blob. Aaliyah says, X-Men 97 never reached Nielsen overall or original, so technically wasn't a hit, yet animation isn't expensive as live action. Helps for renewal. I think X-Men 97 was a hit. It didn't chart. That's for sure. But I would still consider it to be a hit. I would say just on numbers alone, it had the biggest animated premiere out of any animation thing that they've had. I bet it performed better than any other animation that they've put on there, although that's not technically out there, so we don't know for sure. I know for a fact that it performed better than Invincible Season 2, although I don't know if that fact is out there, you know, from anybody. And the social media imprint was huge. I mean, I would consider it to be a hit, you know? It's not performing at the level of a live action series. I don't think that's the standard to consider it a hit. But, I mean, maybe. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think Aaliyah's right? Do you think that we should say it's not really a hit? Not better than Bluey. I would say I bet Bluey gets much larger viewership consistently month to month, but I don't like. Did the premiere of Bluey like do numbers? I feel like Bluey kind of crept up and then became like a staple. Yeah, it's nominated for Emmys and stuff too. It could be Nate Moore, but was Nate Moore involved in X-Men 97? I mean, look, I could just be biased because I love the show. Maybe it's not a hit. What would you call it then if it's not a hit? A success? It's a walk. It's a hit for the fandom, but not for normies. Yeah. Josh bias, never. Exactly. Exactly right. 100% right. It's literally the best thing on Disney Plus, and I'm a Star Wars guy. Hey, Star Wars Sith. Talking some sense. Leonard says, changing the Apocalypse storyline will fail. Damn. I mean, we got to see what they're going to do. Also, like, Bo could just be wrong. You know what I mean? Like, they could still be playing with these themes. They just want to do something completely different from, like, the arc perspective. We'll see. Kyber Sith says, Ryan and Hugh said X-Men 97 was better than the movies. Oh, yeah, it was. 100%. Hell yeah. What up, Alex? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. I mean, another thing that would be kind of unfortunate for Bo is, like, if they literally just do that exact same story. And we're like, wait, what? You said they were going away from this. And they just don't. What's this drama about the Thunderbolts? I'm so glad you asked. Let me get that pulled up. I'm so glad you asked this. Oh, look at this. When you go to my Twitter profile, it says I'm live now. That's kind of interesting. I hope they get the Twitter thing figured out with video and streaming better so that I can, like, exploit it. Okay, check this out. Okay, so we had the Thunderbolts trailer come out, which, by the way, I have a video coming out about the Thunderbolt trailer and, like, what leakers, scoopers are saying, some of the reveals. It's pretty cool. You should check that out. That'll drop later today. Yeah. So everybody thought, dude, Thunderbolt trailer comes out. Okay, pretty cool. Thunderbolt poster comes out. And, man, I got some thoughts on this one. I got to be honest with you guys. I feel like this might be kind of a grumpy take. You know, I feel like we've been pretty pleasant so far today. Nice and poppy, you know, kind of like, you know, frolicking through the fields, having a lot of fun. It's been all, like, really, you know, cheeky and a good time. I feel like I might get a little grumpy on this one. And dare I say it, I might insult some people. So I apologize. I don't want to have to do this, but I'm going to have to do this. So when this poster was initially released, I saw all of these people saying, this is one of the best posters that they've ever made. Okay? Bro, we're about to have a fucking layered conversation, man. If this is... Yeah, man. Shit's about to get weird. So, initial response from the trailer... amazing. Initial response from the poster, it's the best poster they've done in a long time. Okay? Then all of a sudden, people say, six fingers AI poster. Okay? Now think about what this means. I want you to really settle in and think about this. Everybody said it was the best MCU poster they've seen in a long time. Then they see that it was made by AI. So then it cannot possibly be the best poster that they've released in some time. Like, all of these people instantly turn on the poster, besmirch the poster, besmirch Marvel because it's AI. Okay? So ridiculous to me. It's really crazy to watch that happen. We're literally like, this is the best. And by the way, it's not AI. it's not AI. It was never AI. And this post right here proves it. It is a weird angle. Absolutely. It is a weird angle. It looks funny on the poster. Before AI imaging was even a thing, nobody would have thought this. Okay? Welcome to Twitter. Welcome to the world, brother. This is what it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 5 fingers. Here's an image of it too, to make it a little bit more clear to you. The issue is that this finger here does weirdly look like it's attached to this digit here, but it is not. This finger here looks like it is attached to this digit here, but it is not. This is a regular ass poster with a human being that just had a weird angle on their hand, and then everybody said it was AI. So, like, just for a second, consider how absurd of a world we live in, where this comes out and everybody loves it. Then people point out it was made by AI. Everybody hates it. Then we realize it's actually not even AI. It doesn't matter. People still hate it. I've been on actual production websites that have already cropped out as much as possible the fingers. What an Ouroboros of stupid the world is. Like, that's just so crazy to me. And by the way, nobody's going to tell you, at least I don't think, that it's not AI. That's not a sexy story. We're like 3 twists into a bad movie. Nobody's paying attention anymore. Like, bro, like, what? And I just think it speaks more to the state of internet, of brain rot, of sheeple, of just how weird things are right now. The whole thing is stupid to me. You know what I mean? And I also don't think that before, like, just like, dude, if you just think about what's going on in the human mind, it's so frustrating to me. Without AI and the 6-finger bullshit and all the stuff that like AI posters and everything are doing, you would have never even looked at this image this way. This never even would have been a thing. And it just speaks to like just how weird the human mind is, how weird the human experience is. By the way, it is possible, like, let's say it was AI, right? Like, let's say it was AI. Well, then AI made the best fucking poster the MCU has had in a long time. Like, that's what it is. You don't get to be like, this is the best poster I've ever seen. Oh, it was actually made by AI. Fuck that poster then. Like, what? That's crazy to me. That would be like finding out a particular artist made the poster and you don't like them, so therefore the art sucks now. That is so goobly gob stupid. And I don't know, man. Did you guys know it's not AI? Like, have you seen anybody pushing this at all, trying to explain to you that it's not really AI? Or is the fact that it's AI so popular, such a great way to get attention and clout on the internet, that there's zero incentive for anybody to speak the truth or take a second look at what's really going on? Why would you care about the truth when the current lie is getting you clicks and engagement? Oh my God. I just think, I don't know. For me, this is like the perfect story. It's the perfect explanation of how goobly glob and lacking of substance a lot of people are on the internet this day and age. Like, I just think it's crazy. So for my part and for my community, I wanted to bring you a novel concept. a concept that has become very ethereal. And that concept is called the truth. And the truth is, this poster was not made by AI, and a lot of people are stupid. That is the truth. Thoughts? Thoughts, chat? What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? I mean, you guys have any thoughts about that? I could not care any less. Noted, Charlie. Noted. It just looks a little weird is all. It does look a little weird, yeah. Fat index finger. Yeah, dude. Are we having fun, chat? Agreed. Just like people raging at James Cameron for joining the board of an AI company. The reaction to AI is ridiculous. Yeah, I mean... man. Oh, man. This is like a Diamond Lounge topic. Tiberius, what's up, brother? Says, great ranch, great ranch? No! Great rant, Josh. I feel idiocracy is real now. Yeah. I mean, look, here's like something, man. It's just it's so tough to like talk about because I think people just get so emotionally invested in their perspective. You know what I mean? You know, people that have a savior complex and they feel as though it's their job or their responsibility. They have to save the world. They know this thing. And other people don't know this thing. And oh my gosh, in order to save the world, I have to make sure everybody knows this thing. And those are the most tyrannical people that exist. Because when you can justify anything you're doing into the framework of a savior complex, your tyranny becomes acceptable. And like, I give that poster 3 thumbs up. That's awesome. You're the one crying about it, though? I'm the one crying about it, though. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't think I'm crying about it, but I certainly am frustrated. I certainly am frustrated by it. Because I think it's really absurd. You know what I mean? And I do get caught up on the absurdity of that, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Dry your eyes? I will dry my eyes. I will dry my eyes. I know a girl that lost her pinky, and that's not fair to somebody who has 2 pinkies. Right. I agree. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, so I think it sucks. But I did want you guys to know the truth about it because, like, the truth is, I mean, our community, other than, I mean, I don't even remember who homie was, but our community is, like, really smart. Like, we have a lot of really smart people that watch this stream. And so I expect that many of you will get into discussions, whether on the internet or in real life, and this might come up, and you can be the voice of reason. You know what I mean? Like, you can be like, actually, it's not AI. And you can pull this up. You can find it on Twitter and show people. And then maybe you could even go into a whole philosophical discussion about how it's absurd how people view this and view AI and view... Yeah. I would like that. I love those kind of discussions. You know what I mean? Just philosophizing, observing, It is wild. It is a wild time. Let me see. Do we have anything else on here? Oh, there's one more thing. Hang on. There's one more thing we got to talk about. Okay, that's Thunderbolt AI controversy. One more thing we got to talk about here. And then I want to watch a couple videos. There's the Deadpool and Wolverine variant video, and then there's a Warhammer video I want to watch. Ray Kurzweil, The Singularity? I mean, maybe. 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 Okay, let's talk just briefly. And I actually want to do a little research and do a full video on this. But My Time to Shine said something really interesting. Let me see if I can find... I gotta find the tweet. Hang on now. Oh, yeah, this was wild, too. Did you guys see this thing? There was a guy that ate 1 egg a month, or 1 egg an hour for a month, and his cholesterol became amazing. He dropped his LDL by 20%. Isn't that wild? Okay, check this one out. Here we go. So, My Time to Shine says Marvel Studios has big plans for Wanda / Scarlet Witch, which include a solo movie, 2 more WandaVision spin-off series, and giving her a major role in the next Avengers films and the Mutant saga. Now, hold up. Wait a minute. So, look at the images that Shine posted here, too, right? We have the Scarlet Witch, maybe the most beautiful woman on the planet. Then you got Sweeney. I have no idea what Sydney Sweeney is doing on this post. Then you've got Doomsday and Secret Wars. And then you've got the Mutant saga. Okay. So I know what the Mutant saga is doing here. That is the saga after Secret Wars. This will be the first saga in the soft rebooted MCU. Very interesting that the Scarlet Witch will play a major role in that saga. What? Also, too, look at this really funny comment that this guy made. Why is Sydney Boobney on this post, though? You're a freak. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, anyway, let's go back to this. So, Mutant Saga, that's the soft rebooted thing. Very interesting that Scarlet Witch would play a role in that. She said in their post, play a big role in the next 2 Avengers movies. Here's the next 2 Avengers movies. So we got Scarlet Witch playing a big role in the next 2 Avengers movies. That's news to me. What the hell? I mean, we kind of thought this was possible, but what are they cooking, Chad? What are they cooking? You know? So that's kind of interesting. The 2 more spin-offs, are those like... Oh, goddamn. Are those Vision and Wonder Man? Vision and Wonder Man? Guys, I have to do a whole big-ass video about this. Because I think it's awesome. I'm going to do research. I'm going to reach out to some people. I want to talk about the Scarlet Witch in the Avengers movies and the Mutant Saga. That's cool. I wonder, man. Good one, Tim. Yeah. I'm going to have to cook. This is going to be a big old video, baby. A big old video. A big, 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 very big, super big video. Do you guys have any thoughts? What do you guys think? What do you think they're cooking? Do you think she could be considered a mutant post-reboot? I think so, yeah. Josh's new sponsor, Red Bull. Huh? What up, Josh? Will Scarlet Witch be the most fleshed-out MCU character? God, I hope so. I sure do hope so. They're definitely planting some seeds in Agatha. Oh, they're planting some seeds. We're not going to talk about it on a stream because it's like Fight Club and we don't talk about it. But I did do a big video yesterday which talks about a major spoiler for the Agatha show. Pretty sure it's real. Maybe got even more of a confirmation yesterday after I made the video. Maybe. And so check that out, and we will be talking more about that as we go. I'm really interested in it. I actually heard even more stuff that I'm not going to spoil because I don't think like it's cool to just spoil everything. But I am personally more interested in the show now. Like, I'm way more interested in checking it out. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Sydney Sweeney for Mystique. I mean, what mutant would you want to see Sydney Sweeney as? I mean, Mystique's not bad. Emma Frost is the move, though. I mean, also, I've not really seen Sydney Sweeney act. Like, is she decent? I haven't really seen her in anything. Is she good? Is she decent? No one has, Josh? Oh, wow. Okay. Who cares if she can act? Okay. Hobgoblin? Totally. Does it matter? I mean, clearly not for some of you. Oh, man. Man, do you guys remember when I made a video a while ago about how, like, Marvel needed to inject more male energy and make the chicks hot in the MCU? And look, I'm sure at the time people were upset that I made that video. I think even to this day, there might be people that feel a certain way about me making that video. But I gotta tell you, I feel like we may have helped facilitate some changes over there. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, I think that's all the news bits. Y'all want to watch a video or something? Watch a couple videos and then get out of here? What do you think? Also, too, that's another thing we have to give James Gunn credit for. One thing you got to give Gunn credit for is he knows how to put a lot of sexy ladies in his movies. That is facts. Tim O'Brien says, Josh, I have to say your video yesterday made me more interested to watch Agatha. Andor is boring. James Gunn loves himself. Nerd Avengers for life. RV for life. MCU coming back. Oh, hell yeah. Appreciate you, brother. The Sink Lord says, what if Sydney Sweeney's boobs were hired to help her play Emma Frost? That's a tough one. But I'm going to go ahead and say fair. I'm going to go ahead and say probably good casting. Probably good. Mav says, charting has everything to do with everything else streaming at the same time. That's true. Fans can love it and it not do so well as 10 other shows at the time. That's fair. Tim, again, thank you for the gifted. Noah says, loved your Agatha vid. Hyped for tonight. Much love. Yeah, I'm excited for tonight, too. By the way, around 7 p.m., guys, we are going to do a Nerd Avenger stream. We're going to continue to deep dive on the Fantastic Four. That'll be cool. That'll be real chill. And then we're watching Agatha tonight. I'm excited. Can I say one thing about tonight's episode? One thing about tonight's episode? Get you a little excited? Just one thing. I'll just say one thing. You want to know one thing? Just one thing? Mephisto. Mephisto. The truth about the one thing. Man, wait till you guys... No, I don't think you're going to see him. I don't think you're going to see him, but I think he's going to be mentioned. And also, man, wait till you... If you like the Agatha character, I have some bad news. We're going to find some stuff out about Agatha. She's not a great person. That Agatha. I mean, I don't know. Did you guys know that? Did you think that? She's not great. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Rob. You might be onto something there. Hey, you might be onto something there. All right, guys. You want to watch this Deadpool video, man? Where's this at? I saw it pop up, the variant video. Maybe it's on Ryan Reynolds' YouTube. Nah, wait. Well, this is for the home release, which it is crazy that it's coming out October 1st, I believe. Maybe we'll just find this video on Twitter. Deadpool and Wolverine. Here it is, the featurette. It's 1 minute and 16, right? This the one? Is this the one? Boom. Boom.
My God. The legends are true.
In the script, we find a few Wolverine.
Why does Twitter suck
It
so
wasn't until we
fucking bad,
showed
dude?
Sean, like, oh, here's what we're thinking. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, let's
Jesus.
get the John Byrne, brown and tan.
Let's get
costume.
that John Byrne,
Let's
baby.
get Wolverine on the cross. Let's get Wolverine. Let's get, like,
Old Man Logan.
Old Man Logan.
We hit
Yeah.
some like real deep cut comic fans to
Sure
start
did.
digging out these
You hit me
Logan
deep in my
variants.
cut.
It's not you. We're just going in a different direction.
That's a recipe for humor.
Oh my God, your hair.
It's certainly a recipe for conflict, which is also funny.
No makeup Monday. Good for you.
In the case of our movie, it's a recipe for violence.
John Byrne, brown and tan. Now,
You fought the Hulk in this outfit, no? I'm Marvel Jesus, you dull creature, and I will not.
I've always said if he doesn't want to put the claws back on again, I will. Is that what you really want?
Because he's an
That's
actor
fine.
that is like a Swiss Army knife and can kind of do anything at any moment and pivot in strange and wonderful ways, he kind of gave the license for Sean and I to really explore a slightly different version of Wolverine.
Wow. You really are the worst one.
Yeah. October 1st. Yo, that's going to be so fun, man. Should we do a watch party for that? When that comes out, should we do a little watch party?
My God.
You know what I would love to do before we finish up the stream today, guys? I would love... Oh, there's actually a couple things I want to do here. Oh, I got to find the one video. No, I thought I sent Elisa the link. No. You guys want to hear? By the way, did Theory publish his video with that one writer yet? Because I would watch that. If he published that, I would watch that. But check this out. This is kind of crazy. This is journalist Dale Pollock talking about George Lucas's comments about selling Star Wars.
He has told me that he will not do Star Wars films until he can bring that cost significantly down. In fact, he even joked with me he fantasizes selling the remaining 6 films. And I said, how could you bear to see what somebody would do to them? He said, it would make my work look better.
For today, Jim Brown, NBC News, Hollywood.
He has told me that he will not do Star Wars films until he can bring that cost significantly down. In fact, he even joked with me he fantasizes selling the remaining 6 films. And I said, how could you bear to see what somebody would do to them? He said, it would make my work look better.
For today, Jim...
Based. I mean, dude. All right, one more time. Let's do it one more time. Turn it up a little bit.
He has told me that he will not do Star Wars films until he can bring that cost significantly down. In fact, he even joked with me he fantasizes selling the remaining 6 films. And I said, how could you bear to see what somebody would do to them? He said, it would make my work look better.
For today, Jim Brown...
It's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Always ahead of his time. Always ahead of his time, that George, man. When was it? It was
NBC
in
News.
1983. 1983. How long is that video with Theory? Because I don't know if I want to sit through like a really long video. I'm super interested in that though. Super interested in it. Let me see here. Because this was the guy that was doing the original movie, right? 45 minutes? Oh, man. 45, huh? Big old 45.
Yeah, I want to talk.
Oh, man. Should we watch some of it? Have you guys watched it? Is there a section that's like really good that we should watch? Yeah, this guy's going to do a subathon. Yeah. I mean, unless you guys don't want me to, I don't have to do the subathon. If you guys don't want me to do the subathon, we don't have to do the subathon. We can do something else. What happened to longer streams? This is longer. Every minute is getting longer. In the film and animation industry, even before AI, we have to fix and adjust things for the poster to be better. So it could be very well be an artist manually fixing. Yeah, that could totally be true. It could just be shitty Photoshop. For sure. 30 minutes is about Kenobi. Let's give it a shot.
Talk about, well, really whatever you want to talk about as well. If there's anything, new projects that you have coming out that you want out there a little more. Mainly, I want to talk about Kenobi and just your original idea.
And we talked about Stuart Beatty's thing. I want to say we talked about it on Nerd Theory. It was a long time ago, and this was around the time that, Kenobi was happening. There was a lot of fallout from it. And I remember significant differences with the Reva character. I remember that being one of the things from the movie, but I can't quite remember any more of it. I'm not ignoring you, Rob. I just saw your message. What's up? What did Rob say? Oh, are you texting me or something? Wait, what's happening right now? How am I ignoring you, bro? I'm not ignoring you. Call Rob. What? Now Rob wants to watch a 40-minute video with me? What the hell? Did I ever watch the Agatha video you made? Which one? I think somebody sent it to me, and I watched a section of it. Thanks for the shout-out, by the way. You said something about, you never sent me your thoughts. Oh, about that video? Josh ignores all of us, Rob? That's not true. But I am going to ignore you now. Should we watch? Are you telling us we should watch Rob's video? Rob, how long's your video? Look at this. We're having a video off. Whose video should we watch? Let Paul get in here. And Paul, pitch us your video. What video should we watch? Watch Rob's. We don't care about Star Wars anymore. Rob, I'm about to send you something on Discord. I got to be careful here. In fact, let me do this so nobody sees. Okay? Hang on. I'm going to send you something, Rob. And then I want to see your reaction to it, okay? You can't show anybody this. You can't tell chat what it is, but you'll know. Wait, what the fuck? Why is it being all weird? Hang on, let me get it in Photoshop. You guys can't see my screen at all, right? What the hell? Why is that not showing up at all? Okay, let me do this. Rob. I just sent it to you on Discord. You can't show anybody that. You can't tell chat about it. But I mean... Pretty good. You could tell us what you think. You just can't say what it is. You know what I mean? What do you think, Rob? What do you think?
Ideas and how it was supposed to be possibly a movie, and then it changed and went into the hands of other people. And
yep.
Yeah. So, look, so for me, I was 6 when I saw Star Wars, fell in love with it. It's why I wanted to be a filmmaker and, started the whole journey for me.
Yeah.
So it was very, very, very close to my heart. So,
isn't that pretty crazy, Rob? I mean, look, we'll see, but I
had started I think they'd started the new trilogy, but I had
they'll see it. They will see it eventually.
We had obviously you and
everybody's going to see it eventually. We just gotta. We gotta be chill, so we don't want to get anybody in trouble. You know what I mean?
Doing that incredible performance in the prequel trilogy.
Hell yeah!
And so, to me, it was when Disney took over. The obvious thing, when Lucasfilm went to Disney, the obvious thing for me was, okay, well, they're probably going to do an Obi-Wan movie because that's the one everyone wants. So,
right.
But I wasn't hearing anything about who was doing it and what was happening. So I just started coming up with my own ideas for it, and then went up to Lucasfilm and pitched them. And that's really what got the ball rolling, because they actually weren't planning on doing it. They were they're busy with Rogue One and Han Solo and all these other things. So so it was really a matter of convincing them that there was a story there worthy to tell. And they did ask me in that meeting, is it a movie or is it a show? And I just felt, no, it's a movie. It's 3 movies I had, planned for him, because I felt there were 3 different evolutions of his character, going from basically Obi-Wan Kenobi to Ben, there's 19 years there, and it's not just 19 years of a guy sitting in a desert. There's fundamentally different characters. There's Jedi Master, Clone Wars General, jump into the middle of the fray, say hello there, and get fighting, right? To this really reluctant shell of a person, waiting to be called to adventure. So that was always fascinating to me. I just felt that the evolution of Obi-Wan to Ben was something that was
facts
really worth exploring, and that's really that was really the basis of my pitch.
Yeah, no, and I agree. And I think that is a great arc. You know what I mean? And a really interesting transformation that we kind of see for sure.
But the thing that really hooked them, I think, in that meeting was when I said, and he has to have met Darth Vader in this time. And they were like, no, it's impossible. It's possible. I said, no, it's actually a fact. And I can prove it. And they were like, how?
Yeah.
And so I said, well, you look at Return of the Jedi. And you look at the scene where Luke gives himself up to Vader.
Yeah.
And he says, I still believe there's good in you, Father. And I said, and Vader replies, Obi-Wan once thought the same as you.
Oh, so he has to.
And I was like, when did that happen?
Yo! I like this guy. Holy shit, what a great take. Where did that happen? Obi-Wan once thought like you did. Now, you could, if you wanted to sort of steel man the opposite argument, you could say he's just inferring from his time with Obi-Wan when I would show signs of darkness, right? But technically, in the context of that conversation, it has to be Vader. That's a writer, dude. That's a writer realizing some shit. I really like that.
It certainly didn't happen in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
And it certainly didn't happen in A New Hope. So it must have happened in between. And they were like, oh my God, you're right, you're right.
True.
And so that's what really started the whole ball.
That was the opener. See, when I watched that as a kid, I was always like, oh, well, you know, he probably just, in Revenge of the Sith, he probably thought that he could turn him, but he didn't.
True.
But we never really actually saw them. You're right. And that's always
that's
kind of
totally
a qualm I had
point.
with Revenge of the Sith was Obi-Wan never actually tried to tell him, like, hey, like, what are you doing? He was just like...
Right. And part of that happens because Obi-Wan sees him killing younglings, right? So that's part of the... like, when you see your apprentice, like, literally killing children, it's pretty much game over. And even though Obi-Wan is still heartbroken, he does not go to Mustafar to try to turn Anakin. I mean, Yoda even tells him, if you won't kill Anakin, then the Emperor has already won. Aw, man. Remember when we used to love Star Wars?
Kind of arguing with him for 2 seconds, and then they just fought each other to the death.
Yeah.
So...
yeah. That was it. So he never said, come back to me, Anakin. I believe there's good in you. Even Padme had said, there's still good in him. I know it. You know, but he never said to Anakin, hey, come on. We all believe in you, buddy.
Did you ever pitch this to George at all or talk to George?
Nope, because George was out of it by then because Disney, Disney or Lucasfilm. So no, he wasn't a part of it.
I always wonder how involved he is with this stuff or if he's just completely out of it.
Yeah, it was not involved in Obi-Wan. He was partially involved in Solo because he was the one who had started that.
Yeah, he wanted Solo badly.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, he had brought that.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, he's like a huge fanboy for Han Solo. So it was actually George's idea to do the Solo movie. And also, when Solo was coming out as a comic book, George collected all the Solo comics. George, like, loves Solo. Now, Solo is a garbage movie. It is the worst. I don't know if it's the worst thing, but it's, to me, IS. Okay? Dude, no. Fucking Solo is terrible. But George was involved initially in creating it. Right? By the way, we don't know if George ended up liking the movie. It's just the fact that he was involved in making the movie.
To Larry Kasdan, who's like my mentor. I've actually his wife's known my wife forever, and so I've always, come to him for advice and everything. So
that's so cool, man.
I know, yeah, the greatest, yeah. And then he came to me for advice one day about he had his first ever writing assignment, after he's been in the business for 30 years, and he's like, so how does this work? And I was like, you bastard, you've had this whole career without doing a writing assignment. What the, anyway, he's a lovely man, an incredible writer. So George had gone to Larry and said, hey, let's do a movie, pick anything. And Larry had picked Han Solo. And so that's why Lucasfilm made the Han Solo film, because it was already in development when they bought it. from George. And then Rogue One was John Dykstra had a great idea for this. He called it.
Now, what I'm interested in is, did Dykstra and Lucas still have beef at that point? That's pretty wild. I actually didn't know that. I did not know that Rogue One was Dykstra's baby.
Little heist movie at the time.
Yeah.
And that became Rogue One.
No, I liked Rogue One. Solo, it seems like people had a lot of issues with it, but I didn't really see any issue with it other than the fact that it was just Solo, so it's not like Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader or something where, you know, the masses are going to go and watch, but it was a
Solo
fun tale.
Sucked.
I don't know. There was no real issue with it.
It gets very unfairly maligned.
No. It's totally fair to malign that movie. That movie is gobbly garbage.
It's a great movie. I maybe people's expectations were too high. Maybe it came too close on the heels of Last Jedi.
I think so.
You know,
I think people were just pissed off, and
who knows? Maybe it's just one of those characters it's impossible to see anyone but Harrison. Who knows? You know,
possibly, yeah. So with Kenobi, what happened?
Oh man, dude, Theory's doing a great job here, because this would have been at 45 hours long, because I would have been like, I gotta stop you right there, Stuart. What the fuck? Here's why Solo is goobly glob. Okay, the movie shot principal photography through a whole schedule up until about 2 weeks from wrapping. Then the two directors were fired. Lord and Miller were fired 2 weeks before wrapping principal photography. They don't move the release date. And instead they bring in Ron Howard to try to make sense of this movie and smash it all together. Howard shoots for like a month and a half, I think. The reason the movie looks so bad is because they took all the stuff that was shot in the original principal and they desaturated it so that it would match up with what the new stuff was that Ron Howard shot. So the whole movie is like this grainy, gray, muddy, like every planet's the same. Everything looks like shit. And on top of that, the entire movie is like a checklist of nostalgia bullshit things that we did not need to know about Han Solo. We don't need to know about the DL-44. We don't need to know why he got Solo. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The fucking game and the ship and the droid and Lando. Oh my god, what a trash factory.
Happened with, I mean, I remember back in maybe even 6-something years ago or whatever, there was that interview with Ewan and Collider, and he was talking about how Obi-Wan was going to be maybe a trilogy and a movie and your idea. And then eventually there was silence for years and then turned into this show, which I didn't really resonate with. I mean, there were some cool moments but of course, when you have Ewan and Hayden on screen, or Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, I mean, how could there not be, right?
Right.
You get those even with fan films. But I looked at your treatment that was leaked online or whatever happened with that. Is that real? How Cody was supposed to come in there?
Oh my god, fan check.
Yeah. So look, my pitch to them was
Cody was going to be hunting down Obi-Wan, I believe.
Yeah, it all came from character, right? So what's Obi-Wan feeling at the end of Revenge of the Sith? You know, what's the primary feeling? You know, and I think I felt the feeling is guilt. Guilt. I've just killed my brother.
Yep.
Guilt. I'm responsible for unleashing this hell on the galaxy. It's my fault. I trained the guy. You know, so it's guilt.
Yep.
But I've got this secret weapon. I've got this baby. This is the new hope. Yeah, and this baby can make everything right. This baby can fix everything I've messed up.
Yep.
So he's putting all of his guilt onto this baby.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
the recipe for disaster, right? But that's his plan. That's his. I'm not saying he was thinking clearly. He clearly wasn't.
Right.
Who would be?
Yeah.
So he's like like I said, Clone Wars General Jedi Master. He doesn't know the first thing about a baby. Oh. So okay, I'll take it to the uncle and aunt, and they can do the baby stuff. Yeah. And I'll just stay. I was like, there's no way he would leave. He would stay right there. He's like, no, I'm moving in with you, and I'm going to watch over this kid, and because he is, the new hope. He is everything. It's the only way this gets fixed.
Right.
So he was
Kaylin Jackson says, Solo was nominated for Best Visuals at the Academy Awards. Be serious, Josh. So is it me that needs to be serious? Or is it the Academy fucking Awards?
He moved in with the
Do you know that the Suicide Squad, the first one, the Will Smith one, before he slapped his career away? Actually, he's probably doing fine after Bad Boys. But did you know that in the Will Smith, it won an Oscar? That movie won an Oscar. So who needs to get serious now? Who needs to get serious?
And he was just making sure nothing bad happened to the kid. And as per the Jedi training, at 4 years old, the deal is I take him. You know, you've done the diaper things. He's out of diapers. He can feed, and I can talk to him. I'll take him at 4. You'll never see us again. And we'll go off, and I'll train him. He'll become the greatest Jedi Knight.
Yeah,
son of Anakin Skywalker, and we'll fix everything. We'll take down the Emperor, Darth, everyone. Absolve me of my guilt.
Yes.
Fucked up plan, right?
Yes.
But that's his plan. So in my film, Luke is 4, and he's like right on the edge of, you know, almost there. Obi-Wan's about to take him away. And the problem, the main problem for Obi-Wan at the beginning is he's lost his connection to the Force, and he doesn't know why. So when we first met him, he's just trying to, you know, pick up his lightsaber from across the room, and it won't work. You know, so I thought that was a really interesting way to just, you know, take away Superman's powers, right? He's a Jedi. You know, what is a Jedi without their connection to the Force?
Right.
And so a big part of the journey for him in my film, in that first film, was finding his connection back to the Force, figuring out why he's lost it and what he has to do to get it back. And the answer to that was, you have to let go.
I like that. It's just a map, Josh. Oh, okay. Shit. Gotcha.
To surrender to the will of the Force. You're trying to force the will of the Force,
yes,
you know,
right.
with your crazy plan. You've got to get back, and you've got to let things be, and you've got to let the Force come to you. And
I like that. It's pretty zen. And also, I've always liked this thing in the lore, but it's a little bit more of like an EU thing, where the Sith are viewed as people that want to use or control the Force, and the Jedi more want to act as like the will of the Force, like they're listening to the Force and being a little bit more passive and not trying to control it, but trying to like basically give up control, like exactly what he's talking about.
So, because I always figured the hardest thing for a general to do is surrender, right? It's the hardest thing to do, and that's what he's got to learn to do. He's got to surrender to the will of the Force and get to that place where he can leave at the end and go, Luke, you be a kid. I'm going to leave. I'll keep an eye on you, but I'm going to let you be a kid, you know? And so that, because it just made no sense to me that he would do that on his own. It had to be this massive story there that got him to that place. So that was his whole journey. And you can see in the show, they get to that place, but I don't feel like they really earned it. You know, because it wasn't really about him in the end. You know, my story was all about his discovery of what he's doing is wrong, and realizing it's wrong, and then learning I've got to do something else. Sure. And that was done to him. He ended up. Well, it'll get complex, but the idea was
get complex, man. I could take it. Get complex.
Well, when he. Just to quickly fill in the gaps, what changes everything, the inciting incident of the movie, was the Empire arriving on Tatooine. Empire.
I have not done a rewatch of Daredevil, actually, but would like to. That'd be cool.
Has been spreading. You know, and it's only 4 years into the Empire, right? So finally reached Tatooine. And it's like, okay, Empire's here, Luke's 4, we got to go. And so Cody, I had left the story of how they reconnected to someone else to do, you know, in a comic or something like that. So the idea was Cody's taking the chip out, and Cody is now, oh my God, guilt as well, right? I'm so sorry for trying to kill you. I am here, ride or die for you. I will do anything you want. So Cody is like his eyes and ears on the ground in Mos Eisley, and so Cody contacts him and says, hey, the Empire's here. We've got to get out. And then, of course, they've got a plan to get out. So, you know, when Obi-Wan eventually leaves Tatooine, everything goes wrong, and he ends up not where he's supposed to be. He ends up on this massive kind of space station which is like a transportation hub. So, you know, the only space station we've already seen in Star Wars really is the Death Star, right? So just, okay, well, what's a transportation hub?
Or Cloud City, maybe. Cloud City.
Look like people from all over the galaxy coming and going. And so he falls in with this group of refugees there called the GOOOOO. And they're being kept there by this corrupt administrator of the station. And, you know, and so he falls in with them and they need his help basically, but they have their own connection to the Force, which they call something else completely. But we know what it really is. It's the Force, you know,
Yeah,
but
right.
so they kind of teach him, you know, you're trying to force your will onto this kid and it's going to end badly. And we see flashes of that on Tatooine before he leaves. We see flashes of darkness in Luke when Obi-Wan's trying to get him to kind of, you know, come on, Luke, use the Force, you know, you saw little flashes of darkness.
No, really? How? Like what?
Oh, yeah.
Like how are you going to portray that?
Well, there was a ball, a very simple thing, right? 4-year-old playing a ball, rolling a ball back and forth, right?
Yeah.
And then Obi-Wan held him and would say, take it. And Luke would come up, start walking. He's like, no, stay there. Take the ball.
Yeah.
And Luke would be reaching, take the ball, take the ball, Luke. And, you know, and then the ball just flies out, you know, all of a sudden goes haywire all over the place. And it's like, whoa, what the hell was that? You know?
That would have been cool. It's not called Space City, the Death Cloud. What?
Like this real flash of like, whoa, yeah, and this little look in this kid that's angry, you know.
Oh my God.
That'd be cool.
So the idea was, and Obi-Wan, you know, other things happened, and so he forgot about that. But yeah, he gets reminded of that while he's with the GOOOOO, and he actually they take him to a place in their starship where they connect most powerfully with the Force, and he has this vision, and in the vision he's on Mustafar. And he sees, you know, the dark figure in the cloak with the red lightsaber, and it's, you know, it's Anakin. I was like, oh my God, I'm here fighting Anakin. And they come together, and the guy pulls off his hood. It's not Anakin, it's Mark Hamill at 19, you know, and it's holy shit.
That would have been sick. Yeah.
Luke's turned to the dark side, and he's got to fight Luke in the dark side, and getting out of that is what makes him realize, holy shit, this is the path we're going down. I'm going to turn this kid into a Sith if I keep this up. And so I've got to get out of here, B, get back to Tatooine, C, you know, secure him from Darth Vader and Reva, make them think.
And Kathy probably like looked at this and was like, but, you know, it's just too many like white dudes. You know what I mean? Like, what if we like,
I'm dead, all this kind of stuff. And it led to this really great third act where surrendering to this all was what allowed him to kind of reconnect to the Force in this great kind of Superman 2 moment, you know. Yeah. Then Superman 2 when he crushes Zod's hand and he gets his powers back because he has learned to surrender. And that's what allows him to escape and get away at the end of the day. And the big thing with Reva was she was the one that ends up going back to Vader and saying, Kenobi's dead, I killed him. And in a fit of rage, Vader kills Reva.
Yeah. So this was the big thing. So this came out from the Collider interview. And this was what we talked about in that episode, because it was all about how Reva would do this knowing that Vader would kill her. And she makes this like ultimate sacrifice at the end to actually save Obi-Wan and Luke. I remember that. And honestly, I don't even remember what they did in the actual show. She goes to kill Luke, and then she just stops or something, right? What do they do with Reva at the end of the show? Because she does have a meeting with Vader. Yeah.
But she dies securing Kenobi's secret that he's still alive. And that's what allows Vader to kind of let Kenobi go, you know, because when we see him in New Hope, he's let that go, you know. It's not that he gets that feeling. He's like, hang on, what's that? It's something I haven't felt since, you know. And it's like, hang on, you know. So it's the idea that, you know, he also needs to, you know, let go. And at the beginning of my film, he is absolutely crazy obsessed with finding and hunting and killing Kenobi. That's all he cares about. Right, and the Emperor's railing on him like, you got to let the shit go, man. That's Anakin. You know, you're Vader. now.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like, I'll let him go when he's dead, you know.
Yeah.
So the whole thing for him was the hunt.
I
And we
like
had this
that.
really great opening sequence where Vader took on I think 5 Jedis at once and just slaughtered them all. And it's like, you know, because I figured
That'd be
Vader's
cool.
like 26, height of his powers.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah.
it was just an awesome,
Now
awesome
you're
sequence
talking
where he
my
was taking on these
language.
these 5 Jedi at once. And you got to
I
see
think that was in the Collider article too.
how just truly terrifying this villain is. And that's what's, and then of course you cut to Kenobi and Kenobi has no powers. And you're like, oh man, Kenobi's screwed. You know, he is screwed. So
It's almost like an Ivan Drago and Rocky sort of moment where it's
exactly. If Rocky, you know, had lost his fists, you know, it's just how is he ever going to win? And so it just set up this really great confrontation that ended up happening on that space station. And that space station, there's a bunch of stuff that happens, but basically that space station was falling apart and everyone was fleeing off it. And so it was just that fight happened on a space station that was falling into a gas giant planet.
Sounds
and,
sick.
You know, they were the last 2 on the station fighting it out, basically. And
so there's the concept of time there too, where
that's kind of interesting. That actually is a lot like the Daniel Warren Johnson, his ash can that he did with Luke Skywalker, old man Luke Skywalker. Great little comic if you've ever read it. But that happens in that book. They're on like a Star Destroyer that's falling, and they have a big fight on it.
It's impending doom almost.
Yeah, for both of them. Yeah. And it really got to a point where Vader won that battle, you know, and that was the point, you know, because that's the other thing I didn't buy about the show was that Kenobi would defeat Vader and leave him alive.
Yeah.
No. So it was Kenobi lost. He had no force powers, you know. Vader beat him, but they had that pivotal moment of Kenobi saying, "Stop this, Anakin." You know, slashed the helmet open, saw the eyes, said, "I know it's you. I know you're in there. Stop this. I believe there's still good in you." Padme said it. I believe it. It's just, and that was again the whole point of it, was to get to that moment where Kenobi showed that he still believed in Anakin, despite everything. Still believed in Anakin. And it was really that moment when then Anakin said, "Nah, there's no Anakin here. I'm just Darth." That's what made the switch in Kenobi's head.
I like
Anakin
that.
is dead. I did kill him, and this new guy. Well, I didn't kill him. Darth Vader killed him, basically, which is of course what he tells Luke. Because I believe he believed that
from a certain point of view. Yeah,
exactly.
My God.
That's
man, so weird. Like, there's a lot of substance here. I mean, this is a dude that understands the material, understands the characters. Why'd they get Joby Harold to come in and like?
And all during this, you would have, I guess, like swipe scenes where you go back to Tatooine and Cody's getting into some mischief. Or
yeah, well, that was a fun B plot. You know, I figured, you know, they have to basically, you know, they get found by bounty hunters on Tatooine. And so they're
my God.
Yeah, they've got this, the bounty hunters, of course, working for the Empire, looking for Jedi, and they get found out. And so it's like, we've got to race to like stop this bounty hunter from getting back to Mos Eisley. So there's this great speeder chase, because you've never seen a speeder chase, right? You know,
well, we saw one in Boba Fett, right?
Yeah, right.
God damn it, Theory.
So it was this great chase back to Mos Eisley, but the guy gets a photo of Kenobi, and it's like, you know, we got him, but he got the photo out, and so now you're screwed. The Empire's coming, you know, and it's so they've got their, you know, fail-safe, you know, in event of emergency plan, and the plan is Obi-Wan leaves the planet and Cody stays behind and looks after Luke, because he wants someone.
Someone he could trust.
So Cody was a fun B plot. Which was really just, you know, kind of.
I'm just gonna watch a couple more minutes of this, guys, and then feel free to go watch the rest, man. It seems really entertaining. TVC McCracken says, Josh, Star Wars wouldn't have tanked after Obi-Wan if this was the story. Yeah, I tend to agree. Would have been
getting
much
rid of the bodies
better.
And, you know, taking them out to the Sarlacc pit and dumping the bodies in the Sarlacc.
Oh my God.
You know, because that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
You know, and so
it's Tatooine.
You got a body you need to get rid of, some stormtrooper bodies. You just go to the Sarlacc pit, right? And so that was the gag that, you know, the Cody and Owen take the bounty hunter bodies out to the local Sarlacc pit. And, you know, there's someone else there dumping stormtrooper bodies. They're like, you know, for a second, you know, And like, no, we're all on the same side. And
yeah.
And then they just keep dumping the bodies. And then this really big speeder rolls up, and this really drunk little Jawa rolls out of it, and, opens the back, and there's a gigantic alien that this little bad Jawa has killed, and the bad Jawa tosses the big alien into the salad. It's just a little fun. It was just a little fun backstory. And so basically, Cody was keeping an eye on Luke while Obi-Wan was away dealing with all this. And so when they came back in the end, he was, keeping an eye on him. So it was like a B plot in the film.
This is absolutely incredible. I don't know how they went from that to what we got. I don't understand what happened, and I'd love to hear about, if you want to talk about how did they get rid of you? Like, why were you no longer a part of it? And they hired these other professionals, and I don't.
Good question. And I like the neutral tone here. We'll see if Stuart bites at all. I doubt it, but good question.
I use that term loosely in this sense, but that's just my opinion.
Look, it was more the simple answer is that it was really just a change in corporate strategy, as bland as that sounds.
A change in corporate strategy. Okay. Sir Louis says, so disappointed to hear the real stories and they changed them. Oh, well, Unity, baby. I am hyped. Yeah, thank you, brother. Appreciate you on that. Change of corporate strategy. Change of corporate strategy.
But when Solo didn't perform as they were hoping it would, they thought, all right, that's it. No more films showing characters that are going to survive because they're in later movies. That's what they felt like. Audiences don't care. They don't care to show up. And so unfortunately, we got kind of painted with that brush, and just it killed it. So the director left. And the whole thing got shut down, and then it wasn't until like a year or so later that they were like, hey, let's do it as a show. And so they pulled out my script, and then hired some people to turn that into a 6-episode show. But I wasn't involved by that stage. I was doing other things.
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Both as someone who's talking to you and as a fan of Star Wars, because I would have loved to have seen your
100%.
iteration of that. I think it would have been everything fans wanted to see. I think it would have been a better story.
I'm a fan, and this is what I wanted to see.
Hell yeah.
That's what you can do at the end of the day is do
true.
You want to see. But look, I believe you have to be a fan. First and foremost, it can't just be something you like. Or something you're interested in, or something is popular. It has to be something that you live and die with. And I think the best Star Wars comes from that. It comes from anything.
Sure.
And,
man, it's just a shame too, because like the thing that kind of sucks about it is like Star Wars under Disney. I think there was a lot of promise, because although it's Disney, it's Star Wars, right? And like a lot of the best filmmakers and writers that are currently active were inspired by Star Wars. I mean, James Cameron was a truck driver. Then he saw Star Wars. You know what I mean? So Star Wars has made this big impact on people. And it's not like look, I love Marvel and I love my Marvel comics and I love all that. But like Star Wars was like a different thing. It made like a almost spiritual imprint on an entire generation. It changed pop culture. It changed myth telling, right? And there are a lot of people like Stuart that are out there in the world that were inspired by that and want to do a version of that, or would die to be able to get their hands on the Star Wars IP and do something really cool with it. And it sucks because it seems like a lot of really talented and creative people, including Stuart, were out there trying, and stop me if you've heard this one before, but the person at the top that was controlling the company fucked it up. Period. Like that is literally what happened. We now know for sure, at least in my opinion, that the version that Stuart turned in would have been good. So it's a shame. it also speaks to the hope that I still have for Star Wars, because there are still a ton of really talented people. There are still a ton of people that had that impact made on them that still want to do Star Wars content. And if we can just get out of our own way a little bit and bring some of these people in, I think they have stories to tell. And I think those stories will excite and, you know, and just activate the imagination of an entire other generation. I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, that's what Star Wars is supposed to be. So there's still technically hope. Like, it makes me feel like, because like at some point you have to recognize that there was a path forward for this project that would have been better. And a bunch of stuff happens, and a bunch of corporate controlled nonsense and just bad leadership turns it into what it was, right? The hiring of Joby Harold and all that, right? But it is a little comforting that like the genesis of the idea actually would have made sense and would have been okay. So we just need to find people that love it like that are still willing to come in. And I think then you need some hits, and you need some big dubs, and you need to, you know, get the current leadership out of there. You know what I mean? Rossi says, this makes me want to fist fight KK. Hashtag we fly weights. I don't know what that means, but yes.
Anything, any project, any film, any TV show, you know, you've just got to have that passion to really, you know, be an authority on the world and on the characters. And, you know, that's how you become an author. You know, you become an authority. You know?
Yeah, no, I fully agree. And I
all right, well, let's stop it there. A good video so far. Definitely go check the rest of this out over on Theory's channel. But that's a good one. Kind of a shame, but it's good to know. You know what I mean? I'd rather know at the end of the day. It doesn't, like, I don't know, it kind of sours the mood a little bit, and I get that. But it is good to know that at some level there's some competent people out there wanting to tell these stories. We just got to find them and maybe stay out of our way a little bit, huh? Okay. Interesting, man. Interesting. Kind of ruined my morning. Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. It's kind of... It's like a sobering... It feels like we're at a funeral a little bit. You know? And it's like, there was a plan to pack that second parachute just in case. You know, but Kathleen Kennedy said we can't afford it. You know, it's a little bit like that. But I am choosing to be hopeful. You know? Hope that we can turn the corner together. Okay? All right, everybody. I'm going to get on out of here. I'll chat for like 5 more minutes. What's up? What's on your mind? And then I'm going to get out of here. Got a video coming out about Thunderbolts later today. Should be cool. Check that out. Stream tonight at 7. Oh, I should say, too, no stream tomorrow. No stream tomorrow. Member stream tonight. All right, take care, brother. No stream stream tonight at 7. We're deep diving. No stream tomorrow. I'm just trying to rest up for the subathon. Okay? And then Friday at 11 a.m., we'll start the subathon, and we will see what happens. I don't know what to expect, but we will see what happens. Am I still going on charity stream? It depends. I think so. I want to, but I also think they're gonna start late, right? What time do they start tonight? Does anybody know? No Thursday night F2 stream? No. We'll probably end up watching that movie during the subathon, maybe. But tomorrow I have to prepare stuff and get ready for the subathon. So if they go late, I might not be able to pop in tonight. I'll send like a super chat and I'll send like some well wishes or whatever. But I probably can't stay up too late tonight. Because I want to be ready for tomorrow or Friday. I want to be rested for Friday. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Rise of Cloud Galactus. Yeah, but Silver Surfer is kind of cool in that movie. So's Doom. Doom's kind of cool when he takes the Surfer's board. Okay, cool, Norin. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you very much. I need me a den of bad movies. What? Josh only ignores Twitch. That's not true. What's up, Twitch? How you doing? What's up? When are we watching the movie? Well, so after, if we make it past 12 hours, then we go onto Twitch only. No, he ignores us too. You don't say that. So we can watch, once we get on Twitch only, we can watch whatever we want, basically. He ignores me all the time. That's not true. That's not true. Den of ignorance, more like den of bliss. You keep saying tonight, but isn't the stream tomorrow night? Was it rescheduled? No, we have a stream tonight at 7. That's a Nerd Avenger stream. And then there's no stream tomorrow. I feel like I've been kind of clear about this. Have I not been clear? Stuart, in theory, should make this trilogy happen. Yeah, something like that would be cool, man. That'd be cool for sure. We need a segment where you show off all the random stuff you get at the P.O. box. Yeah, I might unbox some stuff tomorrow. Or I guess Friday. Or maybe Saturday. Den of Fiddlesticks, indeed. What's up, baby? Den of missing Twitch highlighted chats? No, I literally answered that chat, man. I answered that. Go get my gift. Okay. Should I wait, though? Rossi, should I wait for the subathon to unpack your gift? Ranch socks. Wouldn't that be something? He doesn't even like me. You don't say that. Justin, what are you talking about, bro? I got mad love. Mad love for you, Justin. Because you carried me in a few video games, so. Hopefully it's not a puppy. You're going to wait. Yeah, hopefully it's not a puppy, for sure. I don't think you can ship a puppy to a P.O. box. I hope you cannot. Ta-na-na, 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 ta-na-na. 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 How messed up would it be to go to your P.O. box and then completely empty? Yeah, dude, that would be sad. I'm gonna go there, and if it's completely empty, I'm gonna shoot a video there of me just going like this. And then I'll cry. Oh, you already picked it up today? Haha! Javier says, much love. Appreciate you, brother. Much love. Rossi says, it comes in Friday by 9 p.m. So you can do it Friday or the weekend. Okay, cool. W wife? Absolutely, man. I have the best wife on the planet, and I know that for sure because I looked at all the stats. Kyber Sid says, Josh, you just need the right ranch. Oh, hell no. Hell nah, bro. Ain't no such thing. Ain't no such thing. Okay, everybody. Oh man. Bad news for Ubisoft. Look, we're not a farming channel. We're not going to farm this drama. But damn, Ubisoft is fucking up big time. They admitted Star Wars Outlaws underperformed compared to internal expectations, and they just canceled an appearance at a big video game festival in Japan because despite having a bunch of people that they hired to do like sensitivity training, DEI, and all that sort of stuff, historical blah blah blah, they literally did one of the most offensive things you could possibly do in a piece of promotional art, and people are mad. Ubisoft might be done, bro. Kind of wild. Brutal Bear says, Diamonds. Yo, Josh, can we make a bad movie watch stream schedule? Yeah, we can do that. We kind of do that. Because we watched Morbius. We watched the 1994 Fantastic Four. So, yeah, we watched some bad movies. And they are fun to watch on stream together, for sure. Faux show. What art was it? It basically had half of a Shinto shrine, which apparently is like in really poor taste because it represents like the destruction of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Pretty big L. Which half? It doesn't matter, Carl. You goddamn insensitive American. Have some sympathy. Oh my god. Oh, I was talking about Theory Stream. Oh, Theory Stream is tomorrow. Yeah, for sure. They're doing the charity stream. But I'm pretty sure it starts later at night, yeah? Excuse me. 94 Fantastic Four was great. Hey, what's going on? I mean, I had a great time. I don't know if I would say it was a great film, but I had a great time. We had a great time together. You know what I mean? Man. You know, I think I got a little grumpy on stream today. Can we talk about this before we get out of here? Can we talk about this a little bit? Chat. Was I just a little grumpy on stream today? Like just a little like more aggressive, a little like was I or was I good? What do you think? Man. I'm a little bit nervous for the person I will become if the stream goes like 8, 9, 10 hours on Friday. I don't even know what that's like. So I might be like real grumpy and a real curmudgeon. Think you were holding back? Well, that's good. I'm glad that you think that. I think that's good. Thought you were more chill than usual today. 3.8 out of 10 on the grumpy scale. Hey, there you go. Let's go. You're like this every stream, bro. Okay, I don't know how to feel about that, but all right. All right, Twitch. Josh about to retire after the subathon. I don't know if I'll retire, but this could be a one and done. This could be a one and done subathon. Take a nap during the stream? Oh, 100%. I'm going to have a couch back there. In fact, the whole stream might just be me sleeping. I kind of felt like just sleeping today. I was like, man, I just kind of want to sleep. Yeah. All right, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Much love. No, we capped it. We capped it till Sunday night, Carl. All right, everybody. Hey, much love, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the conversation, your attention. the likes, the subscribes, the members, the subscribes on Twitch, the member chats, the super chats, the chats. Thank you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much, man. Much love. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I will see you in the next video. Oh, what the hell, Rossi? Love you, my guy. Much love. See you Friday. Thank you, Elisa, for everything you do as well. Family of nerds. She is really the best. And why are you super chatting after the show's over? She is the best, though.
What made this one?
Is everybody done? Did everybody leave? Leave. Oh man, another happy landing. I thought that was a good one, you know? I was super fair about James Gunn and Bo DeMayo and OnlyFans and Disney. You know, I'm so good at this. Everybody was entertained. No feathers were ruffled. Hell yeah. man. It just feels nice. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Friday's going to be wild. I don't know what to expect. Hey, look, we don't have to do it. You know, we can always kind of, we'll talk about it. All right. Either way, I need you to remember. Open up your third eye. And wash out your stinky butt.